Hello. Welcome. A nice kind of a half phase in there. I like it. Welcome to High Rollers, the Dungeons and Dragons show here on the Yogscast Twitch, but also on the High Rollers D&D Twitch. Welcome, friends. I'm glad to see you. I hope you're well. I'm well. Joining me this week, we have Rhiannon.
Hello.
Trot.
Hi.
Kim.
Hey.
Who's pulling a face. God damn it. Tom. Katie.
Hi.
We'll get to that in a second.
Who did I offend?
Shush. It's fine. Welcome, friends. Welcome to another episode of High Rollers. Oh, look at that. A heart, like a cool phase in there.
Oh.
Sid's working it. He's trying to impress. I like it.
Pressing
I like
all
the
the
extra.
buttons.
I like it. Welcome, friends. A couple of quick messages before we start today's episode. First things first, as always, let's talk about our amazing sponsors.
Yes, please.
First up, D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond is the official D&D digital tool set. Includes a character builder, compendium, and an encounter builder on the way. We love D&D Beyond. They're great people. They've supported us for 9 months or so now. 9 months.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. Thanks,
long
D&D
old
Beyond.
time. It's a baby.
The tools are really good. If you're new to the hobby, it's one of the easiest ways to get all of the books. They've also given us a sweet-ass code.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a sweet-ass code which will get you 25% off their legendary bundle, which is every D&D book released up until now, and a lifetime discount of 15% off future releases. It's a really great deal. You just use the code WARMPLATES. That's WARMPLATES, all one word, and you'll get 25% off, which is over $100 in savings.
Yeah.
It's a huge deal. Thanks D&D Beyond for that code. That lasts until the end of March. Use it. Check out D&D Beyond. They've got the encounter builder coming. They've just added the Artificer. The new Unearthed Arcana testing Artificer is now on there.
Alec was.
Yeah, much changed. Much changed since then.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have died.
Yeah. Well, don't know about that. Sticking your head in the Sphere of Annihilation. It's going to kill him.
Mark.
Yeah, I don't think I have a
I don't care. That was like 2 years ago?
Also, I said he died before he said that.
Yep.
Second sponsor is Displate. Displate or Datplate. Displate are a new awesome sponsor who've been with us for a few weeks now. Never buy a frame again.
No.
Displates are metal prints that are easy to hang, look incredible, and feature hundreds of amazing artists. We've made our own collection. You can see by checking out the link in chat that hopefully someone's going to post. We've got Katie's up this week. It's a Hogsmeade.
Yeah.
It's a Harry Potter one. Woo!
Nice.
I like
Gryffindor.
Puff. Anyway, I have a bunch of like old travel poster style things in my house for Lord of the Rings. So this like vintage travel posters. So this fits really well with
There you go.
my flat.
Hogwarts
It's
Express
great.
Travel Department. Lovely.
Awesome. Love it.
You can get 15% off any order. It doesn't just have to be our displays. It can be any display on there. You can get 50% off by using the code HighRollers15. Again, you can get anything. And then we are going to be doing a giveaway on the break, which we'll talk a little bit more about on the break and what you have to do. It's pretty much like you have to answer a question in chat, right?
So we're going to be giving away 4 displays of the ones that we have shown so far, which are going to be our picks. If you could also let us know if you want us to sign them, we can sign them, but we don't want to ruin the artwork if you don't want us to.
Sign the
So
back.
but yeah, that will be talked about on the break. We'll give you a question right before the break, and then at the end of the break, we'll start to draw some winners, and we'll let you know at the end of the episode who
Yes, I
those are.
believe Jane Dash is sorting all that
Yes,
out.
Jane is sorting it out, but
Thanks,
there will
Jane.
be 4 winners altogether.
There you go. So you can check that out. Thank you very much to both of our sponsors. And then 2 convention announcements. 2 convention announcements.
What?
First of all, is TwitchCon, obviously. Don't forget, we're going to be at TwitchCon. We're just getting things signed at the minute, so we're going to be added to the website very soon. On April 13th and 14th, we'll be doing a live show, which I found out is on the Glitch Theatre stage, is the name of where it's going to be. At 3:30 p.m. on the Saturday, that's the 13th. We'll also be walking around TwitchCon, so if you want to grab us for a photo or quickly sign a book, we'll be walking around and you can grab us and do that there.
We'll only sign
And we'll say no.
Yeah. So with that, keep that in mind. TwitchCon, you can get your tickets now. Just TwitchCon, you can easily find it. But the big thing to announce, it's already been announced, so it's not that big a deal. YogCon. The Yogscast are doing their own convention. The Yogscast are doing their own convention on the 3rd to the 4th of August in Bristol, here in the UK.
Oh my God.
More
Don't
information.
use that one.
More information can be found at yogscast.com/YogCon. But for High Rollers fans, thanks Tom. For High Rollers fans, we'll be doing a live episode. For goodness sakes, children. Father is trying to announce.
Don't look at me, it's them two. Dad.
Naughty children. For High Rollers fans, we're going to be doing a live episode at the convention like we do at most conventions. We'll be doing a live episode. There'll be signings each day, exclusive merch, High Rollers merch.
Nice.
And then there will also be very limited High Rollers VIP tickets. There's going to be 10 of these.
Oh.
Only 10.
Wow.
These tickets will get you a ton of extra stuff, but they will also include a seat at a special game of D&D set in Aerois, DM'd by me. Maybe with some of these guys dropping in as players, maybe. So there you go. You can, if you've ever wanted to play D&D with me, get a VIP ticket at your con.
I don't. No.
What?
Why would you ever want that?
I wouldn't pay for it.
It's terrible.
This is a curse.
These are really cool.
Some people want it
yeah.
though.
Definitely
So,
wouldn't pay for it.
well,
I couldn't do it for
In fact,
3
I
years.
get paid to do it.
well, if nobody's there, it'll just be me sat on my own for 3 hours. I'll bring my
pushing
Switch.
it.
Yeah, I'll bring my Switch or something. I'll play something. It'll be fine. But yeah, ticket info and prices will be coming very soon. Check out yogscast.com/yogcon. That's all on the Yogscast Twitch and stuff and everything else as well.
And there is a tweet by the Yogscast about it.
There you go. Yeah,
It's on the.
we get it. You don't like your picture.
No, I'm just saying if they have more information though, they don't.
No, they don't. Cat told me
More
what I'm not allowed
information
talk about.
to come. Like we're getting there.
It's in the process. I believe it's been announced it's being held at Motion in Bristol, which is a cool venue. There'll be loads more information to come check out the website. And with that,
Basically, YogCon is going to be a very intimate Tom.
we do have an episode to do, Thomas.
Put it into the other camera.
Oh no! Oh, I got a thing up. There you go.
As you can tell, Kim's a big fan of this picture you used.
I don't know who I've upset with this. Who have I? Like, we have so many photos with me with both eyes open. No.
And with that, as Kate said, it is going to be a very
YogCon
intimate,
is a
cool
very
event.
intimate event, and it's
Limited
done
to.
that way so that because it's the first one, we want to make sure we get it right. So
It's a
it is
test.
going to be a limited thing, but hopefully it will go really, really well.
We'll
and
grow,
we can do more.
become bigger and
Yeah.
bigger and bigger.
Just like Lucius.
But with that, let's run the Aerois intro video, and we'll be back with a recap.
It's luring me into a false sense of security.
We're
Fuck
back.
you.
Oh, we're
We got
back.
some very big news. Very big news.
Do you want to
Rhiannon. Rhiannon just rolled for Big Dick Energy, and she got a natural 20.
This is coming from the
Welcome
guy.
back.
This is coming from the guy who gets mad at me when I delay me doing the podcast.
No, it's okay because you can say hello now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I got 17.
Hello, and welcome to Aerois. A recap on what happened last time.
Rhiannon rolled a nat 20.
In a dark, ancient cabin. I'm going to start again for Tom's benefit.
She's
gone.
I'm
She's
probably
gone.
gone. It's fine.
Right. Children, may I begin?
3 hours of this.
You can buy a ticket to get DM'd by him. And roll
That was
big
very
dick
epic.
energy.
We got a 10.
Yeah.
That's half of her
That's
big
kind of
dick energy.
that's kind of
I got
appropriate for
I've
Bill.
got dried milk on my arm.
What?
Never mind, carry on. I've just found it.
Should we do a stream?
Yes, I would like to. I've been trying for some time. Hello, welcome to Aerois, a recap on what happened last time. In a dark, ancient cavern beneath Kaylee's Rest, the party were witnesses to an incredible revelation and a terribly dark omen. Callus Starbane, the tyrant of the galaxy, has returned to Aerois thanks to the Archways, a series of planar portals built against Siaska's wishes.
Tyrant of the galaxy.
Yeah,
I don't think he was ever described like that before.
I'm sure I've
Well, he is now.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure I have absolutely.
Starving.
Yeah,
I know,
it's
but
not a big jump, is it?
Yeah.
just really nail that point home.
After revealing himself to be Valor's father and Valor's spark of divinity from the goddess Siaska, the party was swept away by Calus's incredible magic and teleported to the other side of the world, to the stormy shores of the land of Mirskir on the continent of Voxar. After several difficult personal conversations, the party began to make their way inland to find help for the fallen sentry who perished in the previous battle. Along the route, they encountered a group of lizard men riding crocodile-like beasts, harassing a half-orc woman. Coming to her rescue, they learned her name is Aerois, a former sailor who had been helping the locals as a monster slayer and a guide. Learning a little about their environment back at the village of Karkul, the party waited for one of the terrible magical storms to pass and then set off in the night. With time against them to bring Sentry back, the party raced towards a town called Stenhill, hoping for more guidance and resources. When we last left our heroes, they had encountered, thanks to Aerois' navigation skills, they had managed to avoid several bandits, cut down on their travel time, but in doing so they have crossed what must be the hunting grounds of Ankegs, a number of creatures. Quick thinking and some stealth checks later, the party are currently hidden from the creatures, but they have emerged from their underground tunnels and seem to be hunting around, looking for signs of their prey.
Ooh.
And that is where we begin today's episode. The creatures, as far as you believe, don't know where you are. You are currently huddled up against a very large, flat, jagged rock, nestled in between some smaller rocks around it. Basically keeping perfectly still on Aerois' guidance that these creatures can sense vibrations and keeping out of sight. What would you like to do? Is the dead of night? Is midnight? There is very little light apart from any light sources you have, and the Cradle's multicolored hue, but it's distant.
So we're currently surrounded by arm kegs.
3 Ankegs.
Kegs.
You might have
Armor
thought
keg.
you might have thought there was only 2, but there's actually 3.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
Cool. And a dice as well.
Yeah, fuck the dice.
Are we in initiative or not in
No,
initiative?
I mean, at this point, you can see these, and the Ankegs themselves look to be these large insectoid-like creatures, big mantis mandibles at their front, big praying mantis-style hands, with these big burrowing claws. Very thick chitinous, like carapace, kind of soft cockroachy underbelly, and they are basically patrolling around, and you can see them kind of, their mandibles up in the air,
Oh. Jeez.
clacking around. You can hear them. Those of you who don't have dark vision, you can't really see them because it's pretty much pitch black out on the plains.
What direction are we going in as a party? Are we going?
What's our path that we
Yeah.
were taking?
Let's say you'd be
Up-
coming
up
uphill,
the hill.
So
and
we
this
need
hill
to
is
go
not. This is much steeper than it appears.
Deeper.
Deeper.
Yes, you are heading towards the hill, basically.
Okay, so they're not super in our way then.
Well, they are
Wow.
moving around, but I've just placed them temporarily
Okay.
on the board. But they are moving around. They're kind of get a sense. They know that something is here, but they don't know where it's gone. They're kind of like looking around for it.
In order for me to fully roleplay the situation, I think I need to roll for dick size.
17.
Are you doing this again? Are we really doing this again?
I really hope.
You can roll for it. I don't care. It means nothing to
I
me.
need to know.
It means
In the tray,
nothing to me.
in the tray.
It means a lot to me.
Here we go.
So that one streams.
Oh
two
my
extra
God.
What are the chances?
I love that.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Take a picture of that immediately.
Oh. Oh, it's tiny.
I believe the phrase "like a cocktail sausage" comes to mind.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
How did that help you roleplay?
I can just do everything knowing.
I think he just needed to know before this continued.
Oof.
Well, if we ever do another calendar, they'll put that
Yeah.
in.
Oh, you don't have to. That's right.
So yeah,
I'm pretty sure we put it in. Who cares?
I'm gonna stay perfectly still, but look to Aerois
yeah.
for instruction because she's dealt with these things before.
Yeah. Okay, so these things are quite nasty. We can do this a couple of ways. I believe some of you might have range, no? So if we could either take these on with range attacks, keep ourselves safe, or we could try and sneak around them, try not to...
How come they haven't spotted us yet? I mean, that one's looking right at me.
Because they can
Well, you guys did make stealth checks. Just to make clear, you're not just stood out in the middle of open. You're like hiding amongst like a rocky outcropping. You're like literally hiding in the dark. Okay. You're actually stealthed. I did it as a group stealth check because you
Stealth
two rolled
usually
low,
goes
but
really
the three
well
of you rolled high.
Yes, we're good at stuff.
These are such ugly creatures. I don't think we should face them. I think we should go around.
Do they rely on sound, or can they see?
They sense vibration.
They can see as well.
Oh, they can see. They can see as well. They have the eyes.
But they can also...
They have the eyes.
They have, yeah, you can see they've got these black insect-like eyes, but you know, because these are your favorite enemy, like Arnkegs is a common threat here,
Nice.
they can sense vibrations in the ground as well. That's how they track their prey normally, but then they have sight as well.
They attack people like us?
Oh, they can do, yes. They're quite fearsome. But they're delicious.
Well, I mean, we're not really here for food.
Interesting.
I might be able to do something,
good.
but I don't know. I'll probably
Your friend is...
screw it
Can we
up.
throw something a different direction? And
We
then...
could we could throw a rock, distract them.
Like, I could probably create an image and a sound 120 feet away.
Do that.
That's a fantastic idea.
I can make sounds as well, far away.
Fantastic. Let's draw them away, and then we can make our way around.
Let's do that.
Try it.
Okay, so I like to cast Major Image,
Okay.
120 foot, like far, like 120 feet
Sure.
far away.
Sure.
I'm gonna make it so I can make an image that is no larger than a 20-foot cube.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
So
20-foot cube is, yeah, like a small hut.
can I make like a big cow?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a large creature that would be like 10 feet,
So
10-foot cube.
it's completely real, including sound, smell, and temperature appropriate to the thing depicted.
Okay.
Wow.
What level is this? 3?
Yeah, you can't create sufficient heat or cold to cause damage, a sound loud enough to deal thunder damage, or deafen a creature, or a smell that might sicken a creature. So it does make sound
Yeah.
and stuff, but not
too extreme.
damaging.
Okay. And then what, you're just going to have it stood there?
Well, kind of just like shuffling around,
Shuffling around.
mooing,
Okay,
making
that's
a
the main
noise.
thing. Is like, are you making it move around? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing that. Is anybody else doing anything? Tom, you kind of like
I
mentioned.
think in the same, like I'll wait until Nova casts it, and then in the same sort of direction, 30 feet, I can do Thaumaturgy.
Is that what you're doing?
So a rumble of thunder. Oh no, that's got a vocal component. Is that what you're
I don't know
thinking?
if that would be far away enough.
I mean, all spellcasting has vocal components. I'm assuming
Okay.
Major
Yeah.
Image does as well.
Yeah, and I'll do, so I can make like the rumble of thunder. I'm not sure if that would necessarily affect
Well,
the
my thing-
ground so much, but I'll try it.
My thing can make sound as well, and it walks around. So
Yeah.
I don't know if
I just feel like
Well,
if they're,
Trying to get them
Yeah.
to turn their heads.
yeah,
I guess.
the same sort of noise.
go
really,
away.
So
Yeah.
that's not super far away.
But you want to do that after Nova casts her spell? Or are you doing it at the same time?
Same time, I guess.
Cool.
I'm just going to wait on them.
Okay. Anything
Rolling
else?
Sentry. Trying to be quiet.
Yeah, you're kind of having to hold sentry in. As a point, this is midnight, you're tired, not enough to give you guys exhaustion yet. You've made your con save, so even though you've been carrying sentry, you're kind of fine. But this is late, you are tired. Okay, so is that what you're doing, Nova?
Yeah,
And
so
Quill?
it says I can cause the illusion to make different sounds at different times, even make it carry on a conversation, for example.
Okay.
Even a cow.
Moo.
It's an illusion. She can make the cow talk, she can do what she wants with it, basically.
Eat me.
Moo, moo.
So you are going to create a cow that's kind of shuffling around, and then 30
Mooing
feet
loudly.
from where you are currently, you're going to create the sound of thunder.
Yeah, just
like-
some sort of noise.
Overhead thunder, or are we talking like drumming against the ground?
Or just like a point 30 feet away from us.
Yeah.
Just that's where the noise is. If it's close to the ground, then I guess the noise of thunder would make the ground rumble a bit. But
Okay. So I need to know both of your spell save DCs.
mine.
So for me, it's an intelligence investigation check.
Yeah.
And my DC is
Yeah.
15.
Mine's 15 as well.
Okay. 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 So you wait for a moment, and then you watch as Nova. I'm guessing you pull Tiangong.
I probably would even use Tiangong almost like a paintbrush in the air.
So you're kind of
and
painting the shape of
just
it.
paint the shape of a cow.
And then and then you flick your
throw
wrist,
it.
it sends it flying out, and you watch, well, those of you, I don't think any of you could see out this far. You're kind of guessing roughly because you can't see in the
Sending it
darkness.
as far as I can.
As far as you can to the limits where you can feel the spell beginning to weaken, and then you just kind of poof, and you kind of hear this poof as it lands. Two of the creatures definitely turn their heads. And then the other ones, and what they do is they burrow down into the ground.
Ooh.
So take them off the board.
Oh, they're gone. Okay.
Yeah. They burrow underneath it and they begin going over towards it. The one for yours, the thunder doesn't really, it kind of explodes outwards like a peal of thunder, but it doesn't create like the sensation of something moving on the ground. But this one, the one closest to you,
great.
seems to kind of turn its head towards where you're currently hiding, and it's like, and it begins kind of approaching delicately.
We play dead? What do we do?
I think at this point it kind of knows where we are.
Can anyone throw a big rock?
I can throw a big rock. Can I throw a big rock?
Yeah, you can try and make a strength check for me.
Yeah.
How big are we talking this rock?
This one.
Maybe like a good like head size
Yeah,
rock.
sure, okay.
A big rock.
Oh dear.
That's
That's
the
a
wrong
D12.
die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right then. Cool.
That's okay then.
Oh, that's
Still
worse.
Okay.
Cool. What is my strength? Oh yeah, +3, 6.
So Aerois picks up this head-sized rock, tosses it, but it goes like 5 feet, slams into the ground, and then this creature, and it scrabbles up towards the rocks. And that's pretty much going to be initiative.
Oh,
Here
yeah.
we go, lads.
I feel like it can definitely see us if it's.
Lads.
Lads.
Not good.
Oh!
No!
Why would you my strength?
Oh, that's a natural one. I guess it makes sense that Aria's going first in this one anyway, if this is her favourite enemy.
Araya.
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 Aria?
Arisa.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Ayla,
16.
Quill,
12.
Nova,
11.
Lucius,
6.
Aerois,
23. Ooh.
and then the Ankegs.
Pirate.
The Ankegs.
I suppose these two are still.
Borrowing.
So, Aerois, you are the first to go.
Okie dokie. I think what I'll probably do is start off with firing my longbow at it. Just get some hits in it before it gets too close.
Okay.
So 1d8 plus.
Let's roll to attack
Yeah,
first.
roll attack first, of course it is. 10, 16.
16 against this thing. Yeah, you can see it kind of pierces into its chitin.
Was that
That
damage?
hit?
Pierces into its chitin.
Stopped
plus.
really
Let's do
suddenly,
D8
didn't
plus
there?
3.
I can't read the body language of Ankegs.
Shit.
Four
What, you think
damage.
you're a D&D player? You can't read the body language of an Ankeg?
I know have them as favourite enemies.
4 damage.
4 damage. Okay. I'll do an A, B, or C.
Can I ready an action?
Well, you've just
no,
used your action to
just
fire your
action.
longbow.
Okay, cool. Nice.
But you technically would have got sneak attack damage on that, by the way.
Oh, cool.
'Cause,
Well, can I
Friends.
use it?
no, you wouldn't, because you would
Oh,
get
yeah.
advantage. No, you wouldn't have got it.
Cool.
But you have your bonus action.
Would it not be a surprise attack?
She didn't have advantage, no.
No.
It was a
It
surprise
knew,
attack.
it knew we were there.
And I thought for a second, I was like, oh, assassins get if they react before, but she's not an assassin.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
I'll cast Slayer's Prey on it then.
Okay, so that's a bonus action. You mark it as your prey.
Yar.
It's
Cool.
dead.
After that, we go to Ayla.
I'd like to place sentry gently on the floor
Yeah.
and run at it and rage.
Okay. I think I've
hit it.
actually put Sentry's mini there.
Yeah, it's
so
on the
just
floor
so we
anyway.
know where she is.
Oh god, once that hammer lands, the other two are going to hear that immediately.
So you move past. You just basically shove your way past the others, like pushing Quill and Lucius and Nova out of the way. Push past Aerois and then boom, bring the hammer down.
Bring the hammer down.
Quick question while Katie's rolling. Because I'm concentrating on Major Image, I can't really cast anything else, can I?
You can. It depends on the spell. Basically, if you cast another concentration spell, then
It
the
will.
major image will go.
Okay.
So I'm
like
assuming you're
cantrips.
keeping that going.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, cantrips you can. Yeah, you can still cast cantrips and stuff. The only thing I forgot is obviously when you burnt your ritual book, any spells, any extra cantrips that would have granted you, because I know it gives you some extra cantrips. Oh, it doesn't?
It was just rituals,
I'm
learning
thinking
rituals.
of something else then.
You're thinking, yeah, there's a different
Yeah, okay.
pact I kept.
16 to hit.
16 hits, yeah, absolutely.
I missed with the other one. 10 with the hammer, and can you roll a save?
Oh, I'm assuming you're raging.
Yeah,
missed
I
you saying
raged.
that. Yeah, passed on the saving throw.
So
18.
half of 2, which is 1.
One zapping.
One
Zapping. You watch as the lightning kind of blasts in, but then the hammer blow kind of crunches on one of its front kind of praying mantis-like hands. You hear the chitin and carapace beginning to snap and crunch, and it just bears these huge mandibles towards you. Quill.
Okay, I will do.
They rolled real bad on their initiative, by the way.
Sweet.
Oh,
Worse
fine.
than 6?
Yeah.
Haha. Nice.
so I can't see the other two at all now.
No. Well, you can see where they burrowed into the ground, but not much further.
Did they make a lot of noise when they did that?
Yeah, like churning up the dirt. They're like literally digging through earth and just throwing it behind them really rapidly.
I'm imagining those big things in Breath of the Wild in the desert.
Yeah.
You'd
Also
know
think
probably.
Starship Troopers.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, okay.
Starship Troopers.
I'm with you.
Very good. The bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to know more? I like that.
Bugs!
I
Quill.
will
What
do
would you like to
a
do?
sacred flame on that boy.
Okay, what's that for me? Dex
That
save?
is a dex save 15.
17.
Okay.
So you kind of throw this white fire out, it ducks its head beneath it as it launches into the night sky.
And then I will Shield of Faith on Ayla.
Okay,
Thanks, bud.
+2 AC.
Sweet.
Bam.
Quill, Nova.
Can I cast Firebolt on
Yeah, absolutely.
Bad Boy?
Range spell attack roll. I'm assuming at the moment you're all kind of huddled on these rocks, but I'm assuming you're kind of giving each other room to like peer around and cast spells.
It's an 11.
Yeah, the fire kind of screeches past, but it hits against this large armored part of the Ankeg and it just explodes. It just doesn't seem to bother it. Anything else? Lucius?
How does it react to the fire?
It doesn't seem particularly phased. It's not like afraid of the fire. You don't get the sense of.
Is this any
Kind
sort
of
of
screeches.
height?
No, not really. It's just like a jagged rock, kind of like a flat rock that you're standing on.
I'm just going to peek around the corner here
Okay.
and then throw a chromatic orb of fire.
Okay. Chromatic orb. Big spell.
15.
15 is
only
just
level 1.
yeah, it's enough.
Oh,
3d8. Wait, I'm doing that level 2. Get my slots
Did you say
back.
fire?
Yeah.
Okay. You won't get your die correct.
No. Let's try. I think insects and fire go well
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. It's good thinking from Lucius.
he's played a lot of Pokemon.
Lots.
It's his favourite game up in the Sky Cities.
Actually, I don't.
Pokemon.
Throw it!
Literally Pocket Monster.
3, 5,
10.
10.
Yeah, that definitely. You can see the creature reacts. Not in fear of the fire, but you manage to catch the chromatic orb as it burns its underbelly, and it kind of. Aim for the belly. And then you kind of watch as you. I'm assuming that's your turn finished.
Yes.
Okay, so as you kind of launch this, it kind of like rears its head up and it looks at this creature hitting it with the the blunt stick and the fire coming from your direction, and it kind of reaches up and its huge mandibles open up in a big mouth, and a squirt of a line of acid
A line.
erupts. Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, I moved.
I'm gonna need everybody to make dexterity saving throws, and you also
me?
see that. No, you're the only one that doesn't, Lucius, because you moved out the way.
Natural one.
Hurt toe. Acid hurts.
Yeah. What part is that going to melt off?
21.
My beak.
21. 21,
Natural one, so 6.
19.
19.
If you're
Nine.
beakers, you've
9.
got a ton.
So Nova and Ayla, you're going to take half damage. The rest of you are going to take full. It's only 7 points of acid damage, so you take 3, Nova and Ayla. But
I
you do
take
watch as the acid coats Sentry's body. and you begin to see
No.
like parts of her metal form like burning away.
Oh.
She's dead, but her form is
Insult to
still
injury there.
burning away.
Do I need to make a concentration check?
You do. DC 10. Constitution saving throw.
Inspiration right there.
No.
Constitution.
No,
11.
11, just enough. You manage to kind of hold it. You kind of throw yourself to the side. Your arm is kind of burnt a little bit by the splash of acid. You manage to keep concentration on the image out in
I'd like to think that as I get hit, you just hear a distant moo.
I like that. I like that. Very good. The other anchors, I'm just going to make some quick rolls for them. Okay, you can see a vague movement towards the sound that the one that Nova's creating. Then the other one doesn't seem to have appeared anywhere. It doesn't. You can't see any earth movements around it.
Okay.
It seems to be confused. Effect. Yeah. Okay. So we go back up to Aerois.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Where am I? I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah.
That one.
Yes, you're just behind Ayla.
Can I move behind?
If you've got the movement, yeah, absolutely.
Let's see, 30 feet.
Yeah,
I
you
think
should
I
do.
am. Something
Yeah.
like 4, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna smack him in the bum. With sneak attack.
I'll do this, and then there's one thing which, yeah, no, okay, I'll keep it. I just remembered something, but yeah, carry on.
Okay.
This huge dragon.
Callus Starbane is here.
So you're attacking it with your
out my
rapier.
rapier.
Yep. So you pulled. So you put the longbow away,
Changed his mind.
pull out the rapier, pull out the short sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 17, 18, 19, 24.
4 hits, yeah.
Cool. And then D8 plus 4.
I'll probably say, by the way, to put your longbow away and draw your other weapons, we'll call that a bonus action while you're moving, because putting a
Yeah.
longbow away and then pulling out new weapons is probably about enough for a bonus
Cool.
action.
No worries. So that's 8, and then I can do sneak attack for
Yep.
a D6.
And your
And my hunter's sense prey thing. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then another D6.
God.
15.
yeah, slaughter.
She remembered. Did she remember? Is it favorite enemy?
No,
what it
because
is?
she's playing
No.
the OG ranger, which doesn't get a damage bonus to favorite enemy. But Rhiannon is remembering.
Favorite enemy, for God's sake!
Alright, you come up, you slice one of its legs, which kind of cleans it straight off, and then you plunge the rapier into its soft belly, up into its thorax, and you kind of shove that in there, and you hear this kind of, and then it topples over.
Oh, I know what that
hitting the
means.
ground.
The body language of pancakes. I'm going back to that. It was a reference. So
Nice.
thank you.
So that's your movement, that's your action and bonus action. Ayla.
So there's nothing around us right now.
Not that you can see, no.
Okay. Can I move back to pick up Sentry's body
Yeah,
then
sure. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
say,
Yeah.
everybody go?
Yeah, just count your squares and.
20.
Yep.
Pick her up.
Yeah, it's probably an action because she's pretty heavy.
Alright, I can probably get back to here.
Okay. So you literally run past, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. You hoist her body up onto your shoulders. You can see it's kind of pitted from the acid spray, and then you're like, you run back towards Aerois. Perfect.
Cool.
Quill.
I mean, now that Ayla's bolting, I'm going to do the same. I'll basically just stay right next to Ayla. And can I...
Can I do myself like a little to keep raging? Like
No.
point of damage? No? Like cut myself a little
Unarmed
bit, keep
damage on
raging?
yourself?
Damn it, okay.
Doesn't work that way.
No.
You have to
Probably
attack
don't
something
help then.
or receive significant damage from an attack.
Bite your hand, and then you'll turn into a titan.
Yeah, like if you really want to be like, no, I really like, you like bite into your flesh or something like that, you could do that.
I'm pretty sure, like,
guess
in
works,
Uncharted Territory, we had one of us
Yeah, just give
give
like
me a twat upside the head.
and
Yeah.
it worked.
I can give her a twat up.
But that's me being very generous.
Okay.
I mean,
That
like
was
I
a
said,
mini
if you want to
campaign.
literally be like, I would say you could do unarmed damage to yourself, like
No.
literally like 5 points of damage, like like tear flesh off of you.
Wow.
You
No.
can do
Eat
that.
yourself.
Fuck, no.
And roll for an injury check.
No, it wouldn't be an injury check.
Take your eye
Quill.
out.
Can I have a perceptive listen
Sure. yeah,
ahead
make a
to
perception
see
check.
if we can see where these boys are?
Yeah, perception check.
Well, not see here.
Nice.
That's a 3. So perception 10. actually.
10. you're struggling, like whether it's still a little bit of nerves from the thunder earlier, whether it's they're so far underground that you can hear a vague sound, but you can't pinpoint where it is exactly, especially in the darkness.
I can't tell they're coming towards or away.
Not sure.
Okay, and that will basically be my turn.
Okay.
No one's mega injured.
Okay.
So I'm good.
So you don't want to move?
I've moved up to
Oh, you
Ayla.
moved. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see. Nova?
Can I fire 2 beams, but in different directions, to the full 120 feet? So basically, I just want to fire wild, so I hit a point in the distance that makes a noise and a
But
vibration.
you want to aim at the ground?
Yeah.
Technically.
Or if there's
yes.
a big old rock or a big old tree or something.
I mean, yeah, you can see trees and stuff around you, but in
At
terms of
120 feet.
I mean, at 120, if you can't see that far, like what you can see here is like the limits of your like nighttime
Okay.
vision and your light sources and stuff. Anything beyond that, and it's like dark. It's like pitch black out in a field.
Okay.
You don't have the visibility.
Well, the furthest I could
Yeah, the furthest.
to
would be-
guarantee a hit
Okay,
in the
yeah,
ground.
sure. I mean, you can fire.
So if I could fire 1 beam sort of like going off to the right and 1 beam going off
Yeah.
to the left.
Sure, yeah,
And
make-
still
make-
have my cow making
Sure. I
move.
mean, make attack rolls for me. I want to see how accurate you can be.
Attack rolls.
Yep. But if you're attacking that far, it's disadvantage. for each one.
1 is...
It doesn't really get
Re-roll
much
that
further.
one because it was cocked. But it's a disadvantage for each attack because you're firing into the darkness.
Okay. Disadvantage for each attack.
Yeah. And did you mean? Sorry, I might have misunderstood. When you said shooting as far as you can, do you mean out to 120 feet or
No,
just
no,
as
no.
far as you can see?
As far as I can see.
Okay, in that case,
like,
it's just normal rolls then. Yeah.
Okay, in which case 1 is a 10 and 1 is a 17.
Okay. Yeah. They're both enough that you strike 2 far points. You hit the ground. The beams kind of like you can see them scorch the earth and the grass, but there's not really as much impact behind them. You know, you kind of hit them, but you're not sure how much of a vibration that would have sent. These aren't necessarily Iron Man beams. You don't have any force behind them. It's like pure
And
raw
meanwhile,
energy.
my cow is mooing in the distance.
Yep.
But I'm also going to move 30 feet.
Yep, sure.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Okay.
Cool.
Lucius.
I'm going to run full dash. 5, 10, 15, 20. As I'm running past these people, it's like, these people.
Your friends?
Get on a rock or something, because they can borrow from underneath you. 25, 30,
actually smart.
35, 40, 45,
And we're all
50,
clustered in a nice mouthful.
Can I move
So you'll stay at the base of the hill. The hill is much steeper than what it appears.
Steeper.
The hill is very, very steep.
So I'm not really on the rock at all.
No. But you're at the base of the hill looking up at it. There's no rocks. Like that hill is the only hill I have. It's just like a slope with trees.
lie, Mark.
The trees are there, but the rocks aren't.
It's a lie.
Yeah. It is a lie.
I'll move
hill
based
is
on
a-
that rock.
Can you bring one of them back?
No.
And pretty much where Lucius was, this is the thing. So because you stepped onto the ground, it felt you step onto the grass, and it would have started making its way to you. It bursts up from the ground, kind of shrieking. There is a brief, almost look towards its dead companion, and then it charges forward, basically.
Oh.
And it's going to go for the first tasty time.
No.
Oh no.
Birdman.
Oh, I'm delicious. It's true.
However, that is only going to be a 14 to hit.
Just hits.
That is going to be 9 points of slashing damage and 3 points of acid damage as its huge mandibles grap around Quill, and then it lifts him up into the air. You are currently grappled.
Whoa. Okay.
You're grippled.
Grappled. However, the other creature, you see no sign that it's coming anywhere close. Whatever illusion Nova conjured has stumped it beyond belief. It just can't win. It's pretty dumb.
Oh man. And these are large creatures.
Yes, they are large. They are as their base size appears. But that's all it does on its turn. It literally comes up, grabs Quill, lifts him up into the air.
And does
It's
a
got him crammed
truckload
in
of
his
damage as well.
mandibles. So we go to Aerois.
I'm gonna move up and help Quill out.
Sure.
10, 15, and then I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike as a bonus action,
Oh, okay.
and that'll give me a D8 of weapon attack opportunity
An advantage on the attack.
and
roll.
advantage on my attack roll as well. So
You had advantage anyway.
can I
No.
smacky
Well,
smack?
if I'm being grappled by it, would that okay?
Yeah, against you, she'd have advantage.
But I
Against
mean,
it, no?
because it's any ally within 5 feet.
Oh, true, but no, you're incapacitated. It doesn't count.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, it can't be a helpless or incapacitated ally, I think.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's a helpless ally, so yeah, it would. Yeah, it would still count.
I'm helpful.
Yeah. Cool. But anyway,
Yeah. So I'm gonna 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
might as well roll again, see if you get a natural 20.
No, so 23.
23 still hits though.
That's
Full
the dream.
beams, and then I'm gonna smack him with my rapier.
Yep.
So D8 plus 4, ba-ba-da. That's a 7.
Plus the extra D8 from
Plus the
Zephyr's
extra
Strike.
D8 from Zephyr's Strike, which is an 8. So that's 15. And I'm going to use sneak attack
Yep.
for a D6. Where am I at? So it's
18.
18, 19, 20, 21.
No, that 3 is an 18.
3 is an 18.
Yeah, so
that's
15 plus 3, 18.
18.
Now roll another D6 for your slay.
Another 3.
That's now 21.
21 damage,
She's a
please.
monster.
Jeez. Wait, do you have Slayer's Prey on this one?
Yeah. No, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that
actually,
was the
that's
last
right.
one, yes.
Yes,
I got
so
it.
it's only the 18.
It's
Inspiration
18.
for you too.
No, I get no
Yay.
inspiration, but gold star Tom.
Hey, you didn't get a gold star.
Kim can have a gold star as well.
Slash.
Yeah.
We should actually have them.
So that's the end of your turn.
That is the end of my
so
turn.
many.
This turn you do have your bonus action. You could offhand attack it.
Oh, I couldn't I as well? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So you don't have advantage. It's attack roll
Attack roll.
with the short sword.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Just hits. You just managed to pierce through the carapace.
D6 plus 3. That's
Another
a 4.
Another 4 damage. It all helps. It all adds up. So you watch as Aerois just stabs into this creature. It kind of tears around, still keeping its grip on Quill. Ayla.
I'm gonna turn to Nova and say, "Can you get this thing? I need to get Sentry away." Cool. I'm taking that as a yes, and I'm running.
So Ayla
And I'm
runs.
gonna run because I don't want Sentry to get
Yeah.
acid.
Sure.
again.
Are you going to dash?
Yeah, or I think I'll go up to wherever Lucius
Okay.
is.
And just kind of
So,
like try and take cover. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's Quill's first. After you.
So I've got basically all actions except movement, right? Being grappled.
Yes, you can attempt to. Oh, we forgot to roll for your ribs as well. We'll have to do that this turn.
Oh,
Rib
yeah.
roll, do it now.
Well, I'll need to do
Yeah.
a rib roll anyway.
Yes. So Constitution saving throw.
That's kind of.
Rib ass.
I mean, that was pretty much a 7, but sure.
Oh. I mean, 7 what with Constitution was 8. I'll take the 7.
Okay.
So I failed the first action.
So
I did.
yeah, basically you can't.
And the first action I was going to do was going to be conjure my shield. So I don't do that.
Yeah.
Could I not just.
Oh, also concentration check for Shield of Faith.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
15
it's
plus,
passed.
that's
Yeah,
done. In that case, can I do
You can
a.
attempt to escape.
I can attempt to escape. Or. If I damage it, will it potentially lose its grip?
Maybe.
I'm going to do a level 1 guiding bolt on it.
Okay.
And that's a big light, and they're scared of big lights, aren't they?
They don't.
What saving throw do I make?
You don't. I just attack.
Oh, it's a spell attack. Isn't it? You have disadvantage because you're being grappled.
19, 14, 21.
Yeah.
4d6.
Wah!
Wah!
Commitment to the one hand is honestly insane.
4,
I know.
Slash dumb.
6,
I mean, what?
12 damage.
12 damage.
Bless you.
I mean, technically, we should take an eye as well.
Yeah.
You
technically.
watch as the guiding bolt, the radiant light that Quill conjures, despite being grappled, he manages to kind of get his one clawed hand free, and from it these blazing bolts of light strike it, and it tears off chunks of its carapace. It's still alive, but barely. Nova.
Nova.
It's your moment.
Nova, don't hit me!
AoE. Fire.
He says while he wildly flails and interrupts her aim.
See, this is where if you're a sorcerer, fireball.
I'll do the warlock equivalent. Eldritch Blast.
Sure. Same thing.
That's a double zapping.
So double zapping.
Nice.
One's 19 plus 7, so that's a hit. And one is 5 plus 7.
12.
12 doesn't hit. 19 does.
Gotta be dead.
10.
Oh, 10.
Oh.
Points.
Nice.
You watch as you strike the area where Quill's guiding bolt tore the carapace free.
You would have had
And this-
advantage on that actually because of guiding bolt.
Yes, you would have done.
Because it's all lit
No,
up.
it doesn't matter.
It's
Because the I mean, you can roll, but you watch as the blast of Eldritch Light just tears through this open section of carapace, you hear something explode and burst. Acid begins leaking out of its innards onto the ground, and it just collapses, the mandibles going slack as Quill kind of like stumbles out.
I'm like weaving away from where the bolt is.
You see like scooting back, basically.
Sorry.
Oh, that was great. Thank you.
I rolled another turn on damage, by
Yeah.
the way.
It's really Is there anything else?
Still initiative?
Go, go.
Technically, I mean, are you guys going to run at this point?
Probably.
Can I keep moving?
Yeah, if you guys
someone
say
move me 30?
we are going to run, you can see that they're tunnels, by the way, that the tunnels that they burst out of, they are tunnels, like they lead into the earth, and you can see that they're part of a network. Peering down them, you can see that there are multiple tunnels leading in. So unless you want to explore those, I'm going to guess that you're going to run off.
No!
No. That's a hard no there, pal.
That's a hard pass.
Rubbish adventurers.
We've got dark vision, right?
Got a dead body on our shoulders. Come on, dude.
When they left for the cow image, how fast was this burrowing?
Very slow. It's quite slow.
Oh, okay.
What speed do you reckon per?
Like 20 feet, 30 feet.
It's pretty fucking quick to dig.
That's as fast as.
Almost as fast as us.
No, it's in like in 6 seconds if they did nothing but dig. You think that they're
they're
like
dashing.
you reckon maybe 10, 15 feet. Okay. And Ryan would know that their burrowing is not as quick as their overland movement.
Don't worry.
So is the plan to run?
Yes, please.
If you run, and Nova, how long can you concentrate on that spell? Like a minute?
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Oof.
Like this thing probably reaches it, bursts up, goes, and then gets confused. And at this point, you're out of its tremor sense.
I mean, unless you want me to make a couple of.
You will need to
rib
make those,
checks.
but with Lucius carrying you, you don't need to make the check.
I need to get to it first.
Yeah, but they can run back and get you. I don't think that you're in any danger at this point, as long as you're going to run. Unless you want to stick around and fight it, you're pretty safe.
And
So what you're saying is. Sort
Sort of, yeah.
Sort of.
Distant move.
Elsewhere to run.
And I mean, how long do you run for? Do you just run until you reach Stenhill, or are you gonna stop at the top of the hill? or-
Run until Aerois stops running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow your lead on what's safe to do.
All right.
Okay.
Constitution saving throws. Just because you're running and you're tired.
It's been 10 hours.
You're running up a hill.
An
Oh
actual one.
no.
Figured.
12.
14.
15.
9.
2.
Of course, Nova and Quill are the only ones. So you gain a level of exhaustion, but it's because you've been traveling non-stop all day. You've fought. You've not rested properly. You've had food, but this has been a long night. And
those
running,
two, right?
yeah, it's those two.
Quill and Nova.
And running up a hill in a frenzied pace, even for the distance that Aerois thinks, like, I mean, I'm guessing you lead them to what you assume to be safety out of like their range. By the time you get to the top of these hills, because most of the landscape here in Meskia is hilly, and it seems that as you're heading north, you are constantly on an upward slope, as if you're kind of making your way, upwards. And yeah, you become tired.
Yeah.
Nothing that a long night of rest wouldn't solve. But yeah, you run and run and run until eventually you are standing on a large hillscape looking down on meadows of strange grass with these flowers that kind of suck into the ground and then kind of emerge out when they feel that there's no wind. Looking on strange sloped trees that bend with the hills. And in the very distance, maybe about another hour's worth of travel away, you can see a valley where there is the small pinpricks of light of torches and civilization.
I'm going
Safe.
to collapse to the nearest rock.
Can I try and clean up sentries best I can?
Yeah, you clean off like the gunk and the goo, but you can see her armor and her stone plates. Maybe some on her face has literally been pitted and melted away by the bit of acid, as if somebody's chipped away at it.
Lucius, can you help? Can you fix this?
Yes, absolutely. I'll try casting.
Yeah, mending would absolutely fix this. Yeah, yeah. It's all mainly cosmetic damage. Nothing severe. If she had been subjected to consistent acid that would like maybe melt away limbs or something like that, that would be bad. You wouldn't be able to fix those back together. But this is very superficial damage.
Yeah.
So mending can't stick Sentry back together again, but any kind of like dents and scrapes to her body you can clean up.
Need to be more careful, Sentry.
It's like prestidigitation cleaning somebody up, basically.
Right, should we all take a rest?
Let's take a rest. You guys look tired.
Are we safe here?
Yeah.
I mean, you are currently still out in the wilderness, so.
Should we just keep going if it's only we can see it? I know we're tired, but if we get there, then we'll definitely be safe.
I mean,
But how are you feeling?
is there anything between here and there that you've ever seen before?
Is there any? Would you?
I mean, there's always a risk, right? There's
Yeah.
always a risk that anything could, storm eagles or thunder eagles, or storm griffins could fly out the sky and just try and pluck somebody on the road.
Cool.
Boulets generally don't come near the settlements, but if they're hungry enough, they will.
Yeah.
This is the land of ever-present threats, and then that's if you camped here, there's the risk that a storm comes in 8 hours. Storms can hit within hours here, so.
We've also got Sentry to consider. If we took a long rest here, that's another 8 hours gone.
I think we should go to the town.
We
We
should
can
go to
rest
town.
while we're there. If we're only about an hour away from it.
I got some fighting strength left.
I can't feel anything below my waist. My ribs hurt so much.
Nova's just in the background throwing up, like from fatigue. Just like, when you do way too much exercise in the gym, you're like,
Maybe a short rest of like an hour or so, and then we'll head out.
oh, it's fine. I can keep going. It's fine. I'll only hold you back.
It's okay, Nova. We can take a small rest.
No, it's like
your
once
breath
again, Nova holds the party up because she
Small-
spent too
small
much
birdie.
time in the library and she didn't do any exercise.
Nova!
It's definitely
There is no
Birdie.
library here.
That's
None.
what I'm saying. I spent too much time in reading books and not enough time doing an exercise. So it's
Okay,
no
well, we'll
wonder
fix
that I
that.
can't run for 5 minutes without wanting to throw up my breakfast.
Do you want me to train you to be able to run?
I don't think I'll ever be able to. I'm no good
Running.
at this.
I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to force you to do it, and then you get better at it, and it's fine. We're about an hour away from this town.
I'll just fail it anyway. I fail at everything.
Nova!
We did a mighty fine job of distracting those ankegs earlier, by the way. Very good job. Well done.
Guess it's just a fluke.
What did you cast out there in the wilderness that caught their attention?
Major image?
Oh, powerful spell.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Do you remember we did the fire bear and like
Oh yes, we should have done that again.
that was minor image, and I was just thinking about it for ages, and I think I figured out a way to make it make sound this time, which it did. Well, it mooed.
What do you mean? A bear doesn't do that.
No, the cow
What?
mooed. I just made a cow just now.
Why would you do such a thing?
It's all I could
They
think
could have
about.
run away from them at us, terrified of the demon.
No, I went for
Anyway,
the most
we should really
tasty
get
looking
going.
thing.
Go on, Nova. Let's go.
Let's continue. Let's just keep going.
So you guys are just going to carry on, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll try
Yeah.
and prop up Quill and Nova in like a double.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to try that, yeah, you can try that. It's tiring.
Come on, you two.
Nah, no, I'm just gonna.
I can help if you need me to.
That would be very.
I think
good.
with Quill, I mean, by the time you are, you're already exhausted. Your ribs are in agony. Like you can barely move, and even with Lucius helping you, you're struggling to speak and breathe. Like it's severe.
Yeah.
All the combat, the running, you've probably made it way worse, and you're kind of feeling like this pressure on your lung. Like every time you breathe in, it's like a painful inhalation, and you're kind of like limiting it.
I'm sorry, Quill, I'd carry you, but I can't right now. I'm carrying.
I'll try and carry
Sentry.
him fully if I'm noticing like wheezy breath,
Okay.
like a baby.
Sure. Yeah.
I couldn't carry
Make a
Quill
strength check
and
for me.
Sentry, could I?
To see how far you can go. I mean, you can try.
Can I try? Kind of want.
5.
I mean, you carry him for a little bit, but you realize like if you keep this up, you're just going to exhaust
So
yourself.
sorry, Birdie. I'm trying.
I think I'm like very, very weakly like trying to resist
see
it.
if
But,
it's
like,
viable?
I guess there's nothing
sure,
I can do even to
Strength
try
check.
and stop it.
It lasts like 5 seconds. Anyway.
20.
I mean, 20? Or is that athletics? Just do a raw
That's a
strength.
strength. I've got +7.
How can you have +7 in strength?
Oh wait,
Oh,
sorry,
that's
no,
saving
+4.
throw.
Sorry.
I was going to say,
Saving
that's
throw.
your saving throw.
17.
17. I think even with a 17, like you probably would have needed to hit like 20 for this. Like
Okay.
carrying this heavy armored
won't.
guardian.
I'll just carry Sentry then.
And then another creature
I tried.
would be like, "Rah."
Can I try?
Sure. Like Quill is just being passed around at this.
Throw me around like a rag doll.
Nope. 14.
I think at this point, like
Okay.
you can help him. Like Lucius
Yeah.
can already just help him along, but
Could I at the
you just
very
see he's
least
suffering.
like make just a Constitution check to see how well I'd carry on
Sure.
on my own?
Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
Nat on this.
17.
Yeah. I mean, you persevere.
He's determined.
Everything you've gone through, you can feel yourself almost blacking out at points, but you're just like, no, I'm not going to do this, and you just and you carry on. You kind of suck it up and move on like a trooper.
Is there like a way I can make a medicine check on him and try and
Yeah, you can try. Yeah.
make
you
try and
can
make him
try.
a bit
You've got this,
comfortable?
buddy, and hit you in the ribs.
19, 20.
Yeah, 20. I'd say with a 20, like you actually are like you see Quill suffering and you'll kind of stop. You stop everybody and you actually take time to actually look at his injuries, which he's not had anybody do yet. And yeah, this is a couple of really bad, severe breaks. The best thing you can do is like bandage it and kind of put a splint on his side so he's not accidentally like putting pressure on it, that people like, you know, it's protected almost. You can give him some things to help him with his breathing, like you maybe have like some little herbs and something like that. It's enough to make it him to complete the journey to Stenhill without issue, but it's not going to help.
No.
He needs rest and a long recovery time or magic.
Okay.
How much do we owe you for that one, Aerois?
Oh, you owe me nothing so that I can see you're in pain. Don't worry. Hopefully it'll make you a bit more comfortable until we get to Stenhill.
You know, Quill, I'm really sorry. Like, if I'd been smart enough, I could have learned that ritual from Blackhammer and I would have been able to help you, but I was too dumb to even learn that.
I'm going to put Sentry's body down.
Here it comes. Here comes mum talk.
And I'm going to go up to Nova and just put my hands on her shoulders and be like, I'm dumb as hell and I'm still here and we're all working together and we need you to be on top form. Otherwise, we're not going to get very far. Okay? You're not dumb. You know you're not dumb. You've helped us out before and you can do it again. You just did. You just conjured a cow in the middle of nowhere. I can't do that. All I got is a hammer. We're still here, okay? You're looking at me vacantly. What are you pointing at?
You know, he's missing an eye because of me.
I don't think that's true. I'm missing an eye because of a big bad Goliath.
Yeah, because he was coming after me and I ran away and he even said to me, "This is because you ran away." And then he took your eye.
But you didn't take the
He
eye.
was looking at me when he hit you.
No.
It's a product of the circumstance. I mean, we were all invested in saving people. It wasn't based on you.
He specifically said it was my fault.
If we all started blaming ourselves, then we've all got equal part in Sentry's death. We've all got equal part in Quill losing his eye. It's going to do us no use to blame one person or any of us. We need to fix this. And the only way we can fix it is if we work together. Okay?
I am working together. I'm just saying that if I was better, we'd be in a better situation.
Well, let's focus on getting us all better then, because we can all be better.
I mean, I am moving. I've said that I am coming with you and I'm doing everything to get Sentry back. I'm not giving up on this. But what I'm saying is that if it wasn't for my weakness, Quill would have an eye. Sentry wouldn't even be dead in the first place. I would have maybe had the skills to heal him. But I don't. And now you're saying I'm holding you back.
You're not holding. I'm not saying. This is what I need you to understand, is that you're not. You just got us out of a fight. And I don't think you see how much you're doing for us. And you need to. You need to believe in you so that we can keep going. Because we believe in you. You need to.
There is a heavy rumble in the distance of thunder, and you begin to feel the wind picking up.
And now Quill's going to freak out, so we need to get to this town, and we'll get you the lessons you need. We'll do it together, okay?
I think as Ayla says to me, we believe in you. Nova's just going to start crying, like quietly, but really like silently, like tears are just going to start coming down her face. Like,
And she's going to just really awkwardly, like, pat her on the head, pick up Sentry, and then walk
Just
and
carry
keep
on.
going.
Okay. Ayla stalks off. Well, storms off. Quite literally.
Nice.
And yeah, you can, I mean, Aerois, you know the rumble of thunder means that this morning another storm's going to pass over this way.
Let's move quickly.
The
The
roll.
whole time I was just assessing Quill, walking around him while Aerois was doing this treatment. I was thinking maybe a fireman's lift or
How best can I pick up this
That's not my
bird?
head.
I think after that pep talk from Ayla, I'm gonna go over to Lucius and try and help, like assist with lifting Quill.
You're not the strongest.
No,
you
but
help.
I want to help.
Yeah, of
like,
course. I'm imagining Lucius will help. Will let you and help you in the best way.
I just want to try.
You basically like Lucius has him like not because obviously his bandage side. So maybe he's kind of like, kind of put an arm on his back, or like you've got an arm on Quill's back, and Lucius is the one who's actually carrying his weight, and then you're kind of just kind of got like a tentative arm on his back, kind of like, you're supporting, but you're not taking any of the heavy weight itself.
And I think registering what Ayla said as well about Quill being scared, I'm just gonna be like, Quill, it's gonna be okay. That was really far off, and the chances of lightning striking twice are like 1 in 10,000. So
1 in 10,000 sounds quite likely in a place like
no, that's
Maze.
that's pretty heavy odds. So you'll be all right.
Well, it's good to know.
I'm just going to shout back, maybe it'll hit me, and then I'll become ultra lightning powerful. Mwahaha!
And technically, it is better that we have a lightning rod, essentially.
Hopefully.
I've never tried that, but it sounds hilarious and interesting, and I might give it a shot.
You have been hit by a bolt of lightning.
Oh yeah, well, that was
it
a
killed
spell,
you.
though. It was a spell.
It was a bolt of lightning. He just called it down. He conjured the storm and then it pulled a lightning bolt down.
One
That's
day-
what all lightning is.
I'll work out how to make that work in my favor. Promise.
Okay, I think she'll get herself killed.
By the time you reach the
it'll be
edges
fun.
of Stenhill, the wind is heavy. It's almost hard to move against it. I'm trying to travel in these the rain is coming down thick and heavy.
My hair.
For a point of reference, if you try and travel during a storm that is affecting the area that you're in, you move at half speed, like as in overland travel speed. So, if you can make a journey in a day, it would take you 2 days during a storm.
Okay.
Ranged weapons and ranged spell attacks have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on all perception checks because the rain and the wind is so loud and so you can't see beyond it.
Yeah.
But the main thing is it halves travel distance. If you try and travel during a storm, you have to make Constitution checks to prevent exhaustion because you are literally like moving against the wind. You're being soaked in cold rain. It's pretty bad. But you reach the edges of Stenhill before the worst of it hits. Okay. You can see the town itself. It's a medium-sized town. The thing that you most likely to notice about Stenhill is it sits in a valley, and as you kind of crest a hill, you look down and you can see the bottom of the valley is mostly flooded, but the houses are all lifted up on stone stilts. The houses are actually lifted off of the flood water that kind of runs through when a storm hits. And you can see there are these thick, very flexible but very strong-looking reeds that kind of stick out of this flood water. And all around the buildings have little rafts and boats on their sides or have been tied up on these little stone plinths. And people are going about their business. And there's maybe like 20 buildings. Like there's more than Karkul, but it's not a big town like Cali's Rest. It's pretty small still. As you begin making your way in, Quill, you would notice this with your perception. One of the larger buildings, pretty much the first couple of buildings on the road coming from the direction you've just come in, so going towards Karkul. One of the stone buildings, it's a round stone building up on these stilts, but you can see engraved onto the stone all around it is the holy symbol of Calera, this lantern with a single star in the middle.
Okay.
And that's carved, the symbol is carved into the stones itself. You can also see there appear to be most of the buildings look like residences or homesteads. There is one long building which is actually built into a hill, and it seems to stretch back, and you can see a chimney with smoke coming out of it. There also appears to be a few other kind of like store-looking buildings, all raised up on these stone plinths, stone walls, slatted roofs, with a very thick. It looks like almost like the reeds from the floodplains have been woven into a roof, and then it's been sealed down.
Is there anyone around?
Yeah, there's people around. Yeah, they're going about their business. As you approach, there are definitely a lot of, again, mixed races here. Humans, halflings, gnomes, Goliaths, all sorts of people. You probably see a couple more wild elves, all around, basically. And they all cast you with this kind of, you're not from around here, or like you look like strangers, like travelers. Not hostile, not in the same way that Savona was. This is more a curiosity, like, why are you here kind of thing.
Why is there a wild elf carrying a guardian?
Yeah, there's just like the raised eyebrows of you're unusual, you're kind of out of place. Aerois, you would know that this is just how the people of Mirskir are. They're very insular, and so anybody who's from outside is generally kind of seen as a bit, like, oh, we don't know about them yet. But they're not bad people, they're just a bit insular. You know that there is a healer here, the one in the temple. There is also a general store, which does a little bit of trade with people traveling on the roads. And then there is an inn, which you've been to before, called the Traveller. And it is owned by a tiefling that you know as Veskin.
Cool.
And it is a good place to get a drink. It's quite a nice, eclectic place.
Lovely. Sounds perfect.
Yeah. And as you're arriving as the sun is pretty much coming up.
Wow.
Like 4 a.m. sort of thing. Actually, no, the sun wouldn't even be up because this is in winter. You're in like the beginning of winter now.
Nice.
So it's dark still, but the storm is picking up. And you can see people are basically getting ready and they're like looking up at the air like, and you can see them weighing up how that's going to change their day.
Not many people out.
It's not a huge amount, but there's enough. Like, there's definitely people around. The one thing you don't notice is there isn't like a guard. There's not like a town guard, but almost everybody is armed. Oh. They all have Viking-style long swords or short swords, hatchet axes. You can see a few of them have got, small hammers and things like that, javelins, bows. But everybody is armed here. They don't need a town guard. They are the town guard. Look after themselves.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I guess the question is, where do you guys want to go and what do you want to do?
Cool. I guess the first port of call is Quill, my friend. Let's get you seen to.
Right now, it's very late, or early. Is it early?
Yeah, it's okay.
Late?
We can always see if the Temple of Calera is open. If not, we can...
Why don't we find a place that we can stay the night or stay to rest and then go out?
Beautiful. Yes, there's a fantastic inn nearby. I'm very excited.
And you've been there before?
Oh, yes, many times.
What?
Beautiful selection of ales.
And they have rooms there?
Oh, yes.
Rooms with beds.
With beds, shall we?
Wow.
Like the Wild Death said, should we get comfortable?
And roofs?
Yes.
In fact, it's the long building built into the hill, so it's actually one of the most protected buildings.
It's built into the hill. It's right over there. You'll be very safe.
Can you hear the storm through it?
I think you can hear the storm through most things, Quill, but that's okay.
Okay.
We can try and, I don't know, distract.
I will most likely be able to sleep right through it.
Yeah, you definitely feel tired in.
Some rest.
Let's try resting, and then we'll go to the temple.
Okay. As you begin making your way actually into the town and through, there's probably a couple of locals, a human gnome, a Goliath woman. Oh, hello there, travelers. What are you doing here in Stenhill? Is there something we can help you with? And they kind of look over, and I don't know if you've necessarily met these guys before, so they don't necessarily know you.
Looking for some medical help for a friend.
Oh, well, if you're looking for that, the priestess at the temple is the one you need to speak to.
I assume they're not open right now.
I don't know. Scaldi keeps odd hours.
Oh, well, I mean, he's very injured and very hurt, so we're thinking maybe going to rest at an inn first.
Oh, yes. Well, of course, you're welcome to. Points over. The Traveller is an interesting place. Most of the locals won't go there, but it's for folks like yourself, travelers and merchants, that sort of thing. I just wanted to know more of what your business in Stenhill was. Is it just to heal your friend?
We're passing through.
Oh, he kind of nods at that, like, oh, I see. Oh, well, be careful. Storm's coming. You need to get somewhere safe. All right?
That's why we rushed here.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll let you go about your business. And he kind of just
Thank
carries
you.
on.
Great to meet you.
He just gives you a stern
Early bird.
nod. You can see the Goliath woman kind of gives you a stern nod. The little gnome chap definitely eyes you a bit more suspiciously. Kind of like squints his eyes.
Not me specifically, or the group?
All of you. He's just like, you can see that. I mean, I think most of you would know that gnomes are generally very
Tinsler.
Well, yeah, they're the really worst. Like, they only really hang out with other gnomes. they don't do a lot of talking to other races, so... But yeah, he just passes you on. It was you kind of get the sense that they were just like, what are you doing in our town kind of thing.
I don't mind going to the temple just to see, like, just to introduce ourselves and see what their opening hours are.
I'm happy to help
Like,
Birdie if he wants to go.
I definitely would like to go, but we only have so much time for Sentry.
I think we need to work out what we're saying about Sentry because they're not going to be too keen on the resurrecting thing.
why not?
Were they?
I mean, they're not going to be able to do it, but I don't think they're necessarily closed off to it.
I'm sure they'll understand, right? She's a good friend of yours, no? You care for her?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we just tell
Yes,
the truth.
but it is the temple of the goddess of death.
Well, true, but I still think, what are they going to do? Attack us?
The rain is kind of beating down. I think Quill and Nova, you definitely, with the rain and how cold it is, you're feeling pretty miserable.
Probably shivering a bit.
Yeah.
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 We can push on to the temple if you want to be seen to now. Maybe it will help you sleep better if we can find somebody.
Yeah, it would. It would help you sleep better if you could sleep not in pain.
If someone could...
Here we go!
Okay.
Here we go, Birdie!
All right, okay, we're going then.
To try a cradle again.
Okay, sure. Strength
Can I
check.
assist?
Sure. Make a strength check. For
But I'm at
Nova.
disadvantage because
Yep. And you have a -2. I
14
believe.
this time.
14? Well, let's see how Nova does.
10 minus 2, 8.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can kind of carry him enough to get him to the temple. It's not too far.
I imagine that
Nova's
he's
trying
like.
to help, but Nova's like holding
I'm, like,
a
holding
leg.
his feet.
Yeah, you're like, literally holding a leg.
I'm
I
doing
imagine
my
that
best.
Lucius is holding, like, just dragging him, and Quill's just sat there, like.
The other leg is just gliding against the floor.
I think,
Yeah.
I think he's got you like a baby, right? You're like holding him out like
He's
this.
starting to sag in the
But
middle.
yeah, you're like, it's fine, Birdie, and you're constraining.
Hurt a little bit more, Lucius.
But you,
I'm pulling your tail feathers up so your
Yeah.
tail feathers don't go in the mud.
well, I think Nova would be smart enough to realize, like, as it goes on, that she starts putting her hand in the middle bit and like
Cup the
holding.
butt.
Yeah.
I cupped the butt.
Thank you.
And you take him. You go up several stone steps. Like everything here is built off a heavy, thick stone. The only thing which can really weather the storms. You make your way up these stone steps up onto the platform where the building is set on these plinths. There is a heavy wooden door.
Hello, assistants!
Yeah.
Knock,
Yeah, I mean, do you want to knock? There is you hear like a
Quill's just like.
yes.
Slap against
Come in.
Thank you. We have a very injured friend here. What if anybody could help us?
Yes, of course. Come in.
Thank you.
Yeah, you push the open door. When you step inside the Temple of Calera, it's quite a sight in a way. As you step inside, you can see that hanging outside the door, by the way, is a thick iron lantern with a single glowing magical light. Very much like the ones you've seen before, this kind of swaying in the wind. As you step inside, though, there is a heavy scent of like perfume and vanilla from a thick incense that is kind of coiling around the roof. It's cold, but this heavy smell kind of gives off, and you are suddenly dry from the rain. Around the walls, embedded, hung from them, are hundreds of lanterns. And each of them has a thick, heavy, burnt-down wax candle, all of them lit, casting quite a very, pleasant, warm glow into the room itself. In the very middle of the room, there is a stone altar, and there are shelves all around the walls covered in all sorts of different wildflowers, in bunches and bouquets and wreaths, all decorated around the room in these different sizes. You can see, kind of kneeling at the altar, you suspect by her stature, a dwarven woman. Wide set, but very curvaceous, but you can see her arms are quite tight muscles. She obviously, keeps herself in shape. She has long blonde hair woven in with dark black dyed leather braids, like bandings, through thick, enormous hair. Like it's incredibly voluminous and it descends all down her back, not too dissimilar from Ayla's, with these thick bindings. All black clothes. And she kind of turns up and turns around as you step inside, and you can see that she has big, dark, black makeup around her eyes. giving her this kind of like very dark presence. Her lips are stained black as well. And she kind of looks up and she has 2 hatchet axes on her belt, along with a drinking horn and a chainmail she's wearing as well over the top. And she kind of looks up, kind of snaps her eyes around, sees you carrying a body, you carrying a very much alive bird man. And she kind of looks around for a moment and steps away. Come in. Who can I help first? The dead one or the one still alive?
Oh, this one's a bit more vocal about his injuries.
It really hurt. Out of interest, what could you... No, just do me first.
Right. Well,
Please, thank you.
I take it you'd prefer to be set onto a bed rather than the altar.
I mean, I bet ideally... What do you...
She moves up and she goes to a side door, like a little kind of side door for a room, opens it. And you can see a very, very plain but well-kept personal quarters. You can see a desk, a little bookshelf with a few books and things like that. You gestures in, like, come and place him on the bed. She, like, looks around kind of cautiously.
Nova, I need you in the middle again.
I'm here.
He's really sagging.
Cup the butt.
You could just...
But
I can lay down myself.
It's just, come on.
Buddy, I got this!
For goodness sakes, put the bird down.
Yes.
All right. Now, what seems to be the matter with you? Do you know? You're injured, clearly.
Oh, well. Where do I start?
You've got a patch on the eye and the arms bandaged up, so I'm assuming that's not your problem.
Well, true. No, I was hit by a ball of fire and everything's clanking around in there.
She kind of is like, fine. I'm going to take your tunic off. Is that a problem?
Go for it.
She kind of begins taking
I'll,
off,
I'll wait outside.
ruffling through the feathers. There's no sign of burns. And she kind of begins prodding around like,
Ow. Okay, ow.
don't be such a baby.
I mean...
Yes, broken ribs most likely. Are you looking for, what are you looking for exactly? Medicine or magical healing?
Whatever's best for Birdie.
preferably magical, something that gets him back on his feet soon.
Well, if you want it before the month is done, then magic's your only chance, my girl. I can perform a ritual that will mend the broken bones. It's costly, but I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement on that. What about your... you rest here. I'm going to give you something to null the plane, but it won't fix anything, all right?
Thank you, okay.
She moves over and she begins rummaging through the various wildflowers around the temple, begins pulling them apart, goes over, starts mixing them in like a mortar and pestle. All right, what about your other friend? The dead one. The Guardian, right? That's what they're called. I've seen a few of their bodies before, but never all... Well, I guess I've only seen bodies of them before.
We have the ability to bring her back with an item that was given to us. However, we have limited time to do so. We have the... do you have the...
I'm going to come back to that in a second. Drink this.
Okay, thank you. Glug, glug, glug.
You die.
No, you just feel the pain ease, your breathing comes easier, and you begin to kind of like, your eyes flutter closed, and you just drift asleep, basically.
Dead.
Yeah, you just drift asleep. She's like, all right, well, that will keep your friend from being injured for a while and get him some rest.
Thank you.
You say you have an item that can bring your friend back from the dead. I've never heard of such a powerful relic before.
Do you know of guardians?
Not much, no, I'm afraid not.
So
I've only met
assume
dead ones.
You don't have the ability to repair a guardian.
I can heal the sick, I can injure bones, I can cure people, but to bring back the dead is a rare gift. It takes an incredibly powerful priest or cleric or druid to do something like that. There's only one person I know who can perform such a miracle.
Who is that?
The shepherd up in Katavag.
Well, I think we've heard of this person.
Oh, probably.
That's
What are
where
you
we're going.
doing here in Mirskir? You're obviously not from around here.
No, we were,
We crashed.
yes.
Crashed. You don't look like sailors to me.
That's why we crashed.
Give me the second.
Pretty good.
Deception.
I don't know why everyone tries to lie
Ugh,
around
clocks.
Lucius.
Mega
I'll
con.
just fuck it up anyway.
13, 14, 15, 16.
She looks at you hard. Look, I'm happy to help your friend, but there's no need to give me any of your crap. Right? You're not sailors. You didn't wash up here on the shores. Nobody does. You would have been killed out sea if you washed up, instead of ending up here. This one knows.
Well, we appeared.
All right, keep your secrets, but...
No, I think we appeared out of thin air from another place. We teleported.
Transported here via magic. We don't know the full extent of how. We're just trying to pass through because we don't know.
Tangled with something that you didn't anticipate, I guess.
Yes.
Sort of trap or wizard. All right, fair enough. Well, no, I know. I'm a priestess of Calera. My job is to tend to the dead, to prevent undead.
You didn't kill him, did you?
No.
Okay.
That one's time is obviously not now, otherwise he'd be dead when you brought him to me. I can heal the sick, that's fine. But yes, the only one I know is the shepherd up in Cap of the Vag. And even then, she kind of looks to you and like, bringing back the dead is not something so easily accomplished. It's a difficult process and there are no guarantees with it. What do you mean you had something that could do it? You said you had an item or something.
Yes, we don't fully understand it, but it's a part of a star, apparently. Or the power of a star.
Strange magic to me, but something like that would certainly be powerful enough if you had the right person who could channel the energy. All right, well...
we just don't have much time. Do you know how far it is to the shepherd?
It's a few days' travel, considering if you don't encounter a storm, even then you're going to have to stop and wait. I mean, if the weather is bad, it could take you a week, longer, 10, 20, 12 days, depending. It's about 4 or 5 days pure travel, but it's the weather that can stop you, and that's praying that you don't fall victim to monsters or bandits or any of that kind of stuff.
Well, we're going to do whatever it takes to get there in time.
Is there a way that you can preserve a body until we might be able to get to someone who can help us?
You're a learned one, Wild Elf. If there is something I can do.
It's not me, it's that one. She knows lots of things.
There is something that I can do, yes. There are rituals that can prevent a body from becoming undead, and as a side effect, it prevents them from rotting, decomposing. Now, in theory, there's no reason that couldn't work on a guardian as well. In Calera's eyes, they are strange. They have no afterlife. I don't guide them.
She heals the same way that we do.
That's my understanding, is that my magic should work on them the same way. I just don't know how. But anyway, there is something I can do, yes. And I can help your friend. And, well, you seem like you know some things, and you seem like pretty seasoned travelers. You can either, well, I'll either take gold to help you, or there's something you could do for me in return. I need some help with something, but we can discuss that more. And with that, we're going to take a break.
We're going to do, first of all...
Yeah, do the giveaway.
We are going to do a giveaway. So this is something that Jane is going to run in chat. So I hope that that is all set up and ready to go.
So that happens throughout the break?
So for a chance to win 4 displays, well, 4 people to win.
We're going to be giving 4 displays away. So it's going to be 4 winners altogether. So to enter, that's magnets. Cool. Yeah. It's going really well.
Nice.
So you have to be on the Yogscast Twitch channel for this. So anyone on High Rollers, switch over to Yogscast chat if you want to enter this raffle.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can only enter once. If you enter more than once, then you will be eliminated because that's spammy and we don't like spam. Okay, so the question is, what is it that you can win? Is it displate, dat plate, or dem plates?
So dumb.
So, hopefully the details are in chat there on how you can enter. It is a raffle, so please enter once and hopefully you'll be in the chance of winning. And we will reveal the winners at the end of the episode.
End of the stream. Thanks very much.
See you in a bit. Bye.
like Sid just is like, doesn't wait. He's like, 3, 2, 1, go.
Stop messing around.
Welcome back to High Rollers. We've just been eating snacks. I haven't, but everyone else has.
We rolled a very obscene roll.
Yeah, it's very silly. Welcome back. Thanks for everybody who entered the competition. Competition's now closed, yes?
Normal plate.
I think so.
Yeah, closed. Closed competition. Thanks very much. Don't know where that came from. Thanks very much, everyone who entered it.
Wow.
Nice.
Cut that out of the podcast.
Cut
Roll
that.
for that one as well.
Yep. Thanks everyone who entered it. We'll announce the winners at the end.
That was
Hopefully, if people reply and get back to us, enjoy your displays. Welcome back.
Sorry, that's the answer to the question. As it's ended.
No, I was just talking about the great sponsor displays.
It says it on the screen.
Yeah. When we asked the question.
Competition laws, really dumb. We left the party as they are currently in the Temple of Calera, a small stone building, hundreds of lanterns decked against the wall, each with a golden candle glow. As Quill is sleeping, finally being given something for his pain and his broken ribs.
Being knocked out.
And the party meets with a dwarven priestess, a female dwarven priestess, dressed all in black, with cool goth makeup and cool axes, looking like a badass.
Living the best teenage life.
Yeah, so Scaldi, you don't know, she's just like, yes, there may be something that you can help me with, and in return I'd be happy to help your friends for no charge. But it's your decision, of course. My name is Scaldi Ravenscar. I'm the priestess of Calera here. Who are you? I know this one, Aerois. I've heard your name spoken of around before.
It's good to finally meet you.
Luckily, we've never had the need to meet, I suppose. What about the rest of you?
Lucius Viren Elwin Elenaster. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
Ayla.
Ayla?
Oh, he's Quill. I'm Nova. Hi.
And she points to Sentry's body. And this one was?
Sentry.
Sentry.
Is.
My apologies. It's harder for me to... Normally when bodies are brought to me, it's because people are saying goodbye. It's rare that people have the opportunity to bring their loved ones back. There's a few things you should know about bringing your friend back, if that's something you're seeking to do. The first is there are no guarantees that magic will work in the same way on the Guardians. Like you said, that they heal the same as us, but with the matters of the soul, it's different. We all have our own souls, and when we die, Calera descends from beyond the cradle. She guides us past the wards of her mother into the promised afterlife. The Guardians don't have this. We don't know what happens to them when they die. We only know that they go quiet or they become creatures, dangerous. So I'm not sure what will happen. But if our magic works the same way to heal them, well, then I have reason to believe that magic will work in bringing them back in the same way. But that is only a guess. I cannot make you any assurances. Neither will Shepherd. The other thing you should know is the Shepherd's magic. He's not a priest. He's of an ancient sect of magicians called Druids. And their belief in nature is the circle of life. What has died can never really truly be returned to what it was. New life can be created. Now, what I understand of his magic, I've only heard of him performing this miracle once before, but it consumes the body and builds a new one. But there are no guarantees that that body is of the same race as the one before it.
Oh.
Not something you should consider on whether your friend Sentry would want. There are other legends on Mirrorskir of powerful places or powerful things, but the only one I can give you any assurances that will definitely work and will come with very few costs is the Shepherd's Way. Reincarnation is the name of the spell, and it is a difficult one to accept. It is not like the priests of Calera or Siasker. Unfortunately, I am not strong enough. There are very few who are powerful enough to return the dead to life. But I can make things a few things easier. Would you like to speak to her?
I can allow you to ask her up to 5 questions.
I think, yes, we need her input on this.
Of course. This is often very
You'll
common.
agree?
Would you like to wait for your friend to be...
Yes,
Yes.
Will would want to come up with a question or two.
That's very well. We can wait. I have no... You do not seem to be... You seem to be a good sort. Clearly you care for your friends here, so I trust... I'm happy to leave him here and make sure that he is rested. Your friend, and she gestures to Sentry, is more than welcome to stay within these halls. This place is sanctified. She cannot be turned or raised as undead here.
That would be lovely, thank you.
Of course. It will take a few hours for your friend to get some much-needed sleep, and it seems that some of you need it as well. And when you wish to come back, I'm happy to talk about what you can help me with in exchange for my assistance. Unless you want to discuss that now, but again, I appreciate if that's something you need to think about.
I think we'll all have clearer heads with a bit of rest.
Of course, of course. Well, I'll keep your friend here, and when he's better, when he's rested, I won't complete the ritual just yet to heal his bones. Let's talk about whether you want to pay or whether you want to help me first. I just want to make that as an offer to you.
Again, I think, sorry, Quill would want some input on that too.
Of course.
Can I stay here with Quill and Sentry?
Do you have something to sleep on, little one?
I can just sleep on the floor.
No, you can't. It's a hard floor, my dear, and it's very cold.
Did we not buy bedrolls for everybody?
Yeah, you're carrying most
I
of
have
them.
a bedroll.
Yeah, well, I'll see if I have some spare blankets as well. But yes, of course you can stay here.
I think Quill would want me in a very plush bed.
Well, the Traveller Inn is an eclectic place, if nothing else, but it's a good one to visit.
I'm gonna give Ayla 10 gold for inn expenses and
Oh,
stuff.
yes, keep forgetting about money.
Yeah, I'm gonna like count out 10 gold, go to Lucius, and then just nah, Ayla. This is for the inn.
Okay.
Ryer, would you mind taking them over?
Not at all, no.
The storm's getting quite bad, so take it easy.
Let's go get a drink or something nice and get our heads down for rest.
Good idea.
All right. Well, I'm going to continue doing some work here, but she gestures to the room that Quill's in. You're more than welcome.
When did you wake up?
Oh, I rarely sleep. It's the duty of mine to always be here in case somebody needs assistance, so I rarely sleep.
It's very honorable of you.
It's just, it's part of the priesthood.
Blimey, I guess that's why you wear the makeup. Covers the bags under the eyes.
It certainly helps.
Enhances it, if anything. Anyway, I'll be off. I'm very sleep deprived.
It's just gestures. Yeah. So yeah, you guys want to, so Ayla, Lucius, and Aerois, you guys going to head over to the inn?
Please.
Okay. As you step outside, the wind is howling and you're kind of again fighting against it as this wind whips against your skin, against your clothes, threatening to pull you over into the floodwaters below. And you can now hear the thunder getting closer and closer as the loud rumbles overhead. The inn itself, as you reach to the other side, it's built into a hill, so it actually kind of goes down and then into underneath the earth itself. There is a single sign. It's not hanging. It's actually built into like the stone wall of the building itself. It just depicts a hooded figure with a walking stick on a road, and it just says "The Traveller."
It's to the point, isn't it?
When you open the doors, you're hit by the scent of slightly damp earth and wood smoke, and you kind of get this like very homely smell as you step in.
Peat?
It is technically peat. But no, there is actually no. This guy would have wood smoke. He would actually have cut down logs, so it's not peat actually. But when you step inside, you are confronted by something you didn't expect. Every piece of furniture in this inn is completely different. It's all unique chairs, all unique tables. The walls are covered in curiosities, giant tusks, weird hollowed out gourds. You can see paintings, all of different skill levels, some which look like they are children's drawings, some that are beautiful artworks that, Lucius, you probably recognize as being from Sky Cities. And they all depict the same well-dressed tiefling man. In some of them he has 2 horns, one of them he has a broken horn, and just one broken horn, and a thin goatee, very elaborate outfits. And he's all the same man, and these paintings are everywhere, interspliced. Some of the chairs are cushioned, some of them are rickety wooden chairs, some of them are rocking chairs, like against tables. They look very awkward. All the tables are different. It's all completely, different. As you kind of step in, there is a little ding, ding, ding from a bell, which is kind of battered and broken, but it kind of makes a noise. And kind of popping up from as if he was being crouched down behind the bar, literally popping up, you see this wild-eyed, very kind of gaunt, thin cheeks, pointed beard, red skin, like pure, deep red body, one broken horn, one curved back, tail kind of swiping behind him is this very well-dressed tiefling man. His shirt is a patterned blue, green, silver. He has a pair of extremely tight leather trousers with slits down the side with like crisscrosses, but also thigh-high boots. And he's got like big puffy sleeves on the shirt, and he looks up and he's just like, almost like wild-eyed. He's like, "Oh, hello, welcome to the Traveller. Hello, come in. How can I help? Looking for a drink? I have some of the finest drinks in all of Aerois here."
What a quirky place.
Quirky is quite the word indeed, my very handsome fellow. Now I'm going to guess. Let me, hang on, now go on, speak a bit more for me, please.
Hello,
And what's your name?
Lucius. Virian Elenasto.
That's a bit too much of a clue. Obviously you're from Gusthaven.
Oh,
From the Elenasto family.
I can't believe it. You're the
Finally
first.
happened.
Now that's obviously a wild elf.
Very
You're not
observant.
from Voxar, you're not from Merskier. You don't have the complexion or the hair colour. I can't place you. What a curiosity.
Oh, darn it. It's a mystery.
You are quite the mystery, my dear.
Thanks.
I suppose it is quite a compliment, actually. This one I know, of course, all right. And this is Veskin, you know him. You've met him.
Veskin, my friend.
Oh, well, always a pleasure to see you, my dear.
It's
Always
lovely
a
to be
pleasure.
back.
I'm hoping perhaps you'll have some more stories of some more beasties you've been killing off in the swamp.
Oh, these lot have got a good story for you.
Oh, well, I do love a good story. Well, come in. What can I get you? Drink? Food? Rooms?
Definitely rooms,
Excellent, yes.
and maybe food in the morning.
Oh, well, absolutely, of course. Breakfast is an important part of any journey. Well, for the rooms, I'll be straight with you. I charge a premium. It's 4 gold.
We have, how much?
I'm not
from,
here.
From Nova?
We don't have that much.
That's a shame.
We can pay tomorrow, half the rooms.
How is that one room? How many beds in one room? Have you got any sort of twin rooms?
Well, they're single beds. Normally we accommodate travellers here, but somebody could sleep on the floor if you want.
If anyone's got 2 gold,
How much more do you need? I'll foot the extra, don't worry.
2 gold.
2 gold?
Because there's 3 of us, right?
That's fine.
Can we do a deal for 3? 3 rooms?
He looks. All right, but you have to tell me more about the enormous mystery. I'm very curious. It's very rare that I can't place where someone's from. So I'll do you a deal.
Fine.
There we go. Job
What's
done.
the deal?
Well, the deal is you tell me a story and I'll charge you, what was it, you needed 2 gold? I'll take 2 gold off. How about that? Seems a very fair deal to me.
It's a very...
Sounds very fair.
Very generous.
So for 3 rooms.
And I'll tell you
it
what,
would-
I'll throw in a free drink.
There we go. Very generous of you.
3 rooms, 10 gold.
If we could do it for 8, then I'd definitely be interested.
I like this one. This one is very good.
We're on a budget here.
You might be on a budget, girl, but who do you think I am? What, you think I'm some backwater trader from, I don't know, Savona or somewhere? Pfft, please. I've been around. You've got the 10 gold rooms. I'm the only inn in town. I've got a monopoly, my dear.
Actually,
Monopoly.
we do have another setup, so...
Well, then by all means, you're welcome to go to it. Come on, 10 gold, a story, and a free drink for 3 rooms? Bargain. Bargain.
I love this guy so much.
You've got Moxie.
I do appreciate the moxie. I
very good
do
moxie.
like the
She's
moxie.
very full of
I
moxie.
do like it, I must admit. 9 and I shake 'em.
9. So the story.
Shake.
No.
Shake now.
No.
Shake now.
No. I don't like touching
All right.
other people.
Verbal agreement.
Verbal
deal done.
agreement, deal done. Great.
9 gold.
Story.
You can tell me that later.
Great, even better. I'll
Do
give
that
him 9
tonight.
gold.
Best time for stories is late at night, drink in hand, full belly, and a roaring fire.
Yes.
Takes his gold. Right, well, he fishes. He's like, now, where did I put those keys? Monkey skull, no.
Premium.
Ceramic burial urn, yes. Takes out 3 keys. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much.
I'm
3
checking
rooms.
it for dust or anything like
I
that.
mean, it's dusty, but it's fine.
It's not ashes, is it?
No, it's not ashes. Now, in terms of drink, I've got things from all across the Aerois here. I've got some Emixian cream brandy, some Ailson fruit liqueur, Gold Harvest beer from Savona, Merskier's best Peronish with I can never pronounce it, Cassimage, I don't know, berries infused into it, Cloud wine from the Sky Cities,
You don't.
and even some Fire Stream from Vortensar, the Ganassis drink. Hey, dude, you chose to stay with
I
Quill.
chose to be guilty and miserable and sit watching your stupid body.
Sounds like you, Kim.
Well, we should definitely reserve that Ganassi wine
All right.
for when Nova gets
Well,
back.
I'm assuming you'll be staying tonight, so there's plenty of time. It's what? It's not even 10.
Yes, well, we
Bit
absolutely.
late for me to be drinking. Cloud wine?
Yes.
Cloud wine? Beer?
Sure.
Sure.
The brandy, please.
Oh, yes, of course, the Emixian cream brandy. I've heard it comes from a sacred goat milked only 3 times a year.
Beautiful.
3 times a year.
Apparently so. That's what the stories say. Anyway, so, Veskin, let me introduce myself formally. Veskin Dexit Galloway at your service.
It's a very sublime name.
Well, what a compliment coming from such a sublime man.
Wow.
He strokes his little...
Lucius
pointy
blushes.
Oh, come, sit.
You don't actually have cloud wine, do you?
Yes, no, I absolutely do. Yes, I've been to Gusthaven, Horizon. I've been to the Iron Citadel. I've been to places all across Aerois. And he brings over a crystal decanter, engraved with Ethereum traces of Ethereum drizzled around it, with the bubbling kind of purplish red cloud wine. And he pours you out a small glass, but a glass.
I can't believe it.
Puts it back up on his top shelf.
This is so naughty.
Slides it over.
Daddy never lets me drink this.
Good stuff.
Concerned that you're now drinking it. What's going to happen?
Oh, I'm not really affected by it, to be honest.
Why worry about tomorrow when you can enjoy today?
Because we have to be the ones who suffer through.
You do. That's
hangover.
very true. Actually, that's very true.
I might leave him here though.
Ooh, he can stay in his room. But anyway, enjoy.
Enjoy.
Enjoy, sir.
Do elves get affected by alcohol?
I mean, yeah, but it's up to you. I think I'm not gonna say oh, elves can't take their drink because it's like Tolkien. No, I'm just gonna.
Would Lucius get affected
Yeah, that's the
given
thing.
that his dad
He'll be a
didn't
lightweight.
let him?
Yeah, I think so. I think
100%.
but then what's your constitution?
It is 13.
13. I think you can have a normal amount of drink. Even though you're a lightweight, you're not going to get drunk on 1 glass of wine. I don't think. It's up to you though. You can play it that way.
A little buzzy.
Yeah. I mean, Sentry. I think Sentry got drunk on 1 glass because she's a guardian and it processes weird.
And she's never had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the cutest
But yeah,
thing.
just slides it over. It tastes incredible. Honestly, it's a reminder. The floral scents. It's got that airy breeziness to it that everything from the Sky Cities has. It's a taste of home.
I will close my eyes and sit back in a random rocking chair and just
Yeah.
fantasize
away.
about Gusthaven.
Yeah, drift away. He slides over a kind of shorter glass with a thick, viscous, creamy brandy towards Aerois. And then for you, he brings out a Suvonen golden beer, basically, poured into a cold glass, which he actually chills himself. He holds the glass, traces a finger down it, and you see it chills, and then he... Never have a beer warm. So, what brings you to old Stenhill in Merskir? Oh, that's a place I didn't expect myself to be ended up, let alone what, a high elf, a wild elf being... I'm assuming you're their guide, Aerois.
Oh, yes, yes.
Sounds like you don't want to be here at all.
Well, I chose to be here. I chose to buy the place, didn't I? No, I like it, really. It's a bit dreary, though, isn't it? With the storms and the rain and all sorts. So. But it's, you meet some interesting people. I like the attitude of the Merskirans.
You get a lot of travelers.
Not a lot, actually. No. Terrible for business, but very good for having peace and quiet.
Interesting.
I'm meeting excellent people, fine gentlemen. He glances over at Lucius when he says that.
He's got his eyes closed. Yeah. I'm just completely in.
You probably see Veskin kind of like twirl his beard, and he's kind of like appraising Lucius, like, yes, very fine gentleman.
He's a rained-on man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, does Lucius just look completely like a drowned rat right now? Or is he still...
He does, but he still has that like high elf, high charisma. You know, his hair is wet, but he still stands out radiant compared to many other people.
Radiant.
Yeah.
The L'Oreal advert.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
There's wind coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At all times.
Well, I can leave you to your drinks if you prefer. I'll be back for that story tonight, however.
It's a really good one. You don't want to miss it.
Good. I expect not to. Well, I'll leave you to it. If you need anything, call the old Veskin. You can call me Ves if you prefer.
Perfect. Thank you.
And he gives like a little...
And
then he just
meet you,
leaves.
Ves.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Lenasto.
Oh, a title.
What time is it?
It's like 10:30.
PM.
No, AM.
Okay,
You
yeah, I was
guys
gonna
travelled through the night, arrived here, and it's like the first thing in the
Yeah, I was
morning.
going to say, it was when you were saying it was 10 and it's too late to drink. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's
He's been
10
up all
a.m.
night.
Yeah.
Quill,
All night.
Uh-huh.
you drift off
Here we go.
into blissful sleep. And you look and see there is nothing but clouds. It's just clouds all around you, as if you're in dense mist, but you know it's not. You know it's in the sky. And you feel that familiar kind of sense, that presence. But there is no body this time. There is just a presence, an energy, and a voice. Well, things definitely got a bit out of hand, didn't they?
I mean, you could say that, yes.
Indeed.
And you're saying you didn't see the signs? The fire?
No, the fire, I never saw anything that you described, the vision you said you had. But as soon as you entered the Abbey, I could tell the archway was there. But I have no way of talking to you outside of these dreams.
I could feel you behind me at the portal.
Yes, well, as soon as I sensed his presence, I knew I had to stand beside you. I can't believe he's here. I never could have seen this. With all my knowledge, all of my gifts, my magic. To think she was his daughter all along. I felt something of mother in her, but I sensed that in so many of her children that I thought it to be normal. I'm sorry, Quill. Do you have any questions?
Well, you asked me to ask the right ones.
I did.
He said I didn't know anything about the gods, or I didn't know what I thought I knew about the gods. What does that mean?
I don't know. I assume that it's an attempt to dissuade you. But the truth is I don't know much about Callus. Mother never spoke of him before he came to Aerois. When he said that they loved each other, I'd always had my suspicions. I can read her better than the other children. She gave me her curiosity, her knowledge, her
gift of learning. So I picked up on things, but she never spoke of it, so I never asked. But I never knew him. The only way I've ever known Calistarbane is as a tyrant who came to Aerois to enslave its people. And I want you to understand, Quillic Adkalar, no matter what he said, no matter how kindly he treated Valor, I promise you, that is what he came to Aerois to do. To enslave its people, to join his empire. And he did not do it kindly. I was there fighting his demons, his devils that he created, his experiments, his soldiers that he has bred for nothing but war. I fought them. I am as confused as you are in some regards.
Well, maybe you can answer this one at least.
I will try.
Why have you plagued this land with storms?
And this comes to the crux of the matter. It is not intentional. It is a consequence of something that happened during the war, and something that I no longer have the power to stop. I told you before, I think, that with my mother's death, our power to manifest in the physical world is limited now. We can speak to our chosen, we call them, people like you that have inherited our gifts.
Okay.
The,
Thank you.
the storms you see on Voxar in Murskir, they are the byproduct of... And you hear the voice quaver for a moment, like, this is painful. An old friend who fell during the war, near the end, during the Sundering. They were my first chosen and the closest ally I've ever had. The Tempest Dragon was the name that they were given. They fell into the mountains, the current Valley of Storms. They died there, but their presence, the Court of Shadows learned that they were there. They sent an army. We tried to stop them, but they broke through, and Callus's lieutenant, the commander of his forces, Zarkira, she's done something to them. They're in a dream, a nightmare. And in that nightmare, their powers are running wild, and that creates the storms.
So, could they be stopped?
They can, Quill. And in fact, I think that that is something you and your companions may need to one day do. There is something we need to discuss, my chosen. You are the only ones that currently know of Starbane's return. I have informed the other gods, although I have kept your part in it out of it. They know that he has returned, and he is gaining strength. They are already amassing their chosen, warning them. But it won't be long before he begins to take control of Savona. And without us to stop him, it will accelerate quickly.
All of Savona?
It won't take him long. With his power is great, Quillic. He is still a mortal man, ageless, powerful, but mortal. But he knows tactics, he knows war, and he won't stop.
Even with Vala by his side?
I don't think so. Not the way that I saw him before. We can only hope, but we must prepare for the worst. Now, the fate of Aerois rests not in our hands, but in mortals. You need to gather power. You need to gather allies, find relics, technology, anything you can to make yourself strong enough. Where the Storm Dragon, where the Tempest Dragon fell, there is a temple. In there is a powerful relic just for you. One that you will be able to wield as my chosen. If you can stop the storms, the relic is yours, and with it, incredible power.
And that's in?
The valley, where you lost your wing. The furthest edge, near the storm wall.
Okay.
It will be a long and arduous journey, and your other allies, your companions, the Ganassi, the Wild Elf, the High Elf, the Guardian, if you can return her. Mm-hmm. All of them will need to find their own sources of power. You will also need to build allegiances, alliances, find allies, make sure that this world is ready to fight. You won't be alone. Other chosen will be doing the same. But this is my task to you.
Well, it's a small one at least.
I get this is a lot to put on you right now, but I don't often get to choose when I get to speak with you, so now is the best time. Take your time. This is not a task to be undertaken lightly. It will be a great test. There are other things you need to do. I know that Sentry is important to you.
That's my priority.
Just don't forget, he is there, and he is building his power. We can hope that Valor will soften him, that she will perhaps change him, but I fear the opposite may be true, that his influence will change her, and she has a great potential for power.
We've seen what she can do. Wow.
Is there anything else you wish to know? Anything I can help you with?
I mean, where do I go next? I want to bring back my friends. I want to gather some allies. I need to get some powerful relics. I need to stop a big, bad, evil purple guy.
You've already answered that, Quill. Sentry is your priority. And trust your heart.
My heart's saying not to go anywhere near the Valley of Storms.
Well, that is your choice. I cannot make you go there.
Sounds like the wrong one.
Again, I cannot give you all the answers. Some things you must figure out for yourself. But I will be with you. My power will be with you. But do not neglect your studies, the things you learnt with the Messengers Guild. That knowledge, that information will become useful to you over time. This is all I have. You'll be waking soon.
Well, I still trust you, Hesper.
Please
For what it's
know,
worth.
no matter what Starbane, no matter what Callus says, I am your guy, I am your ally. I always will be. Siaska created us from herself to protect Aerois. That is all we want to do.
I feel like I owe you too much sometimes.
No, you don't. We owe you so much more. And then the clouds part and your consciousness drifts awake.
Nova? Are you asleep?
I probably am at this point. Like, it's just a small room, isn't it?
It's a small room. If you kind of like laid down and like got some rest, yeah. Like basically, say it's a long rest for you too. So your exhaustion goes.
Oh, good.
Like you've slept like 8 hours pretty much solid because you were knackered. Or maybe less than that, but with sitting around and talking will make it 8 hours, so.
No, Nova? Nova! No, Nova!
What?
Hello?
I just stood up. What's wrong? Is something wrong?
Good.
Do you need something?
No, I feel, well, like, starting to feel the pain in my ribs again and many other things, actually. What time is it? Where are we? When is this?
We're still at the Temple of Calera.
Right?
The others have gone to the inn, and I thought I'd stay behind so you didn't wake up alone. That was just my neck cracking. Don't worry about that.
Okay. I mean, she might be able to check on that.
The priestess Scaldi, she hasn't done the thing yet on your ribs.
Okay, good. I was going to say she's pretty bad if she has.
She wanted to ask. There may be a way for us to talk to Sentry, and the others wanted you to be awake for it.
When?
I guess when we gather everyone.
Can we gather everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think I want to be around when they do that.
When we talk to why?
I don't think I should be there.
Uh,
She probably doesn't want to talk to me.
Why wouldn't she?
Because she died standing over my body trying to save me.
That's not the case at all. She died protecting all of us. She's a guardian.
She came over to the doorway because I got knocked unconscious by 2 bad guys.
What was she to do? I almost did. I almost
Could
ran.
have gone elsewhere. She could have protected you. She could have gone opposite direction, but no, she came for me. Huh?
But she's a guard. That's what I'm saying. She's a guard. She protected you. That's what she does.
I was already unconscious because I was an idiot. Because I thought I'd go off, look through the door on my own, stand there while 2 people came to me. What an idiot!
But she didn't die.
Tactically stupid.
She didn't die protecting you. You lived because she was protecting you. Do you see what I mean?
I should have died.
No.
I should have been the one to die. Yeah. So I'm not going to be there when you talk to her. Okay. I'm going to go get the others. Bye.
Right.
Does Nova just leave? Nova just gets up, opens the door, and leaves.
I wouldn't even be able to chase after her even if I wanted to. Okay.
You watch Scaldy, her like dark circled eyes, just kind of watches Nova leave, and then she pokes her head into the door, looks at you. Strange. Is your friend okay?
Apparently not. It's everything that happened before. It's hitting us all in different ways.
Death happened. Death does that. People deal with it in different ways. Some people blame themselves. Some people just don't think about it. Some people get caught up trying to fix what they can't change.
And some people try to hold on to hope.
Yes. Often the best people.
I take that as a compliment, thank you.
She nods. Are you feeling, you've slept, so you feel a bit more refreshed?
Well, I'm more awake.
You were very tired, and the ritual to mend your bones can be exhausting. I felt it better that you were rested before we attempted. Also, there's something I need to talk to you and all of your allies about.
Okay, well, Nova is gathering everyone, I think.
Good.
Do you need any money for?
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. Now, you should eat something. I have some loop spread.
I think I had that before, I can't remember.
And I just puts it's like a little bread, and there's like a little kind of like couple of like crayfish looking things.
Thank you very much.
Just puts that down. No problem. Nova, do you head over to the inn?
Yes.
So you see the same thing they do before you move into the room. And as you enter, you kind of see the others kind of in this downstairs room, where I assume you guys have just been kind of relaxing, like rather than sleeping. You can still take it as a long rest because you're not taking any activity. So if you want to, you can take a long rest of just sitting around not doing that much. But as Nova enters, you hear the little kind of scrapey ding 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 of the bell. And you kind of hear very fast footsteps coming down, like coming up, and then kind of bursting through a door, like, hello! And you see this tiefling man, crazy outfit, kind of step forward. The one thing you didn't notice, because he was talking to you guys from behind the bar, is that he has these tight leather trousers and these boots, but he also has a massive codpiece. Like, he has a coppery codpiece as part of his outfit. Like a kind of plated, kind of round codpiece, and he kind of walks over. He's like, welcome to the Traveller, my dear Ganassi. Vordensar, obviously. Air, I'm guessing. You're not sweating enough to be a water Ganassi.
Yeah, that's how that works. Have you seen, them? Hi.
Oh, yes.
Hello, Nova.
I'm guessing this is a friend of yours.
Ayla's probably like slumped asleep with her boots on the floor, just like.
She's the one that needs the Ganassi drink.
Oh, fire steam.
Huh?
Fire stream.
Oh, no, I don't drink. Sorry. Guys.
Oh.
Like, I think, yeah, she would just be really confused by this guy. Like, I think almost when he pops up, like when she entered.
You know, like the really typical, like, when they draw like Satan as a cartoon,
Yeah,
has that
like that
pointy
kind of
beard.
Lucifer,
That's
yeah.
what he has. He has like a Lucifer beard, and
think-
he's got a tail and a broken horn,
Oh my gosh.
and he's got like dark hair, and he's like, oh.
I think even like when she came in and he went, ah, she would have been like, like just straight away.
Ah, he just seems that excites him. He's like, oh,
Quill's awake.
He's awake. Is he okay?
Yeah, whinging.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
The priestess would like us to go. Hi. Yeah.
you're more than welcome to come, Aerois. We will be speaking to Sentry, so you get to say hi.
Oh, I'd love to say hello. Yes, let's go.
Great. Just don't say anything in a question, because that would take one of our questions away.
Okay. I'll
Thank you.
I'll let you guys do the talking. I'll be shh.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
No problem.
Right, let's go see Sentry then, I guess.
Vix, he probably wakes you up. Veskin is like, your friends are working without you.
Nah,
Quill's awake.
nah.
It's time to talk to Sentry.
Okay.
Yes. And also fix Quill. I'm sure he's in pain by now.
Is he still in pain? Is
He
he?
was complaining his ribs still hurt. That's harsh. Of course he's complaining. It sucks. Yeah, his ribs hurt.
Okay. Let's go.
But
Do the
bye,
things.
Don't forget your boots.
Thank you.
Bye, Mr. Tiefling. I love your outfit, by the way.
He's like, Veskin Dexit Galloway, at your service.
Hi, I'm Nova. Cool beard.
Thank you. What a charming young woman. All right, off you go. You've got your keys when you need them.
Yes, we do.
And he sits in a very cushioned chair, puts his boots up, his thigh-high boots, on the table, and pulls out a book from like a small pouch, like a tiny, really tiny book. He starts reading it.
A little book of calm.
Yeah, that size book. Yeah.
Don't swallow it.
Yep. He's like, go on then, off you go.
Right, no time like the present. Let's go.
So you all return
Is
to
it
the temple.
stormy? Or is it past?
It's past now. Okay. Yeah. So whilst you guys were sleeping, the storm passed.
Good
And you guys make your way over. You can see that where it's been raining heavily, the water has risen and is now basically lapping against the platforms. So it almost forms like a bridges now. You're kind of like on a lake with bridges. So the water has risen enough.
We don't have to
like a
wade through
huge amount of water. Just to point out that means that all of the water from the storm has collided in and like risen it up massively.
Wow.
But we can get there without.
Yeah,
Soaking up.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. That's what these stone bridges and pathways and raised platforms are for. So you make your way over there, and you can see that Scaldi is already making some preparations. You can see her lighting some incense, lighting some candles. Welcome back. Your friend is just having some food. Now that you're all here, and she kind of like goes into the room and is like, come.
Okay.
It leads you out. Now that you're all gathered,
Okay.
I'd like to make an offer to you all. I'd be happy to use my rituals on your guardian friend to prevent them from decaying. I'm happy to fix your friend's bones and to use a ritual to allow you to speak to your companion, your deceased companion. But I would have a favor to ask in return, or you can pay gold. It's your decision. There has been some trouble lately. The place called the Night Eyes. It's an old keep from Siaska's domain, back before the Sundering. There's always been stories about specters and spirits.
Oh no.
And I've normally, despite Calera being very against the undead, the locals, they weren't so bothered. The spirits never caused harm. They never troubled anybody. So I've let them go. But it seems that recently something has changed. They've become aggressive. They've attacked people on the roads. And it's my duty to try and put them to rest, but I don't think I'm going to be strong enough by myself. I need people who are capable. And considering you've arrived with a dead guardian, an Aarakocra who has broken limbs, clearly a warrior or two, magicians, I suppose. You seem like the type of people that could help me. It'd be a case of heading into the keep, putting some spirits to rest, and finding whatever's causing them to attack. I suspect a necromancer.
Well, it's not our first time delving into a spooky place and dealing with the undead. That's for sure.
Well, that certainly helps to have some experience. You'll know some of the danger signs to watch out for.
Do you have any experience?
Yes. Like I said, I'm not. I'm a warrior, and I have some rituals. I can create a blessing of Calera that will harm undead around me, and I can fight. And she points to the two hatchets at her side. Most of my rituals, the ones that I use for priesthood, I'm not a spellcaster. I know them as detailed rituals, but I do know some magic. I can heal a few wounds. I can summon holy fire.
Is this something that can wait until we've brought back Sentry?
I need your help with it now. The attacks are growing stronger, and you've arrived at the right time. I'd be happy to help mend your friend before we head there, but the other rituals would need to wait.
I appreciate that, but our worry is that our time's going to run out to get Sentry back.
Well, I can use my ritual to prevent her from decaying.
Right.
And how long would that?
Night Eyes is only a day's travel from here.
If I may, we probably need money to ask the shepherd to help us.
I can help there too. I know the shepherd. I could speak to you on your behalf. Speak to him. Say that you've helped me. And that may go a long way into convincing him to help you. And any relics or treasures you find at the Night Eyes, you're more than welcome to keep. They're old relics from the war. There's some Court of Shadows, some, Siaskan weapons perhaps, or relics, treasure, if that's something that interests you.
How much longer will your ritual give our friend?
Well, if it works the same as on living people, 10 days. It will suspend their death process for 10 days. And I could cast it again.
That gives us at least 15 days. I mean, we're extending the time.
Now, how long ago did your friend pass?
2 days ago.
That's normally the limitations on magic to bring anyone back is 10 days. So,
Oh, 18. Yeah, sorry, I thought it was 7 days for some reason.
yeah, it's weird. It's like Callus said 7 days, but he didn't. He clearly said 10 days.
I thought so.
It's weird, that. So if you have that, you still have 8 days. And I can cast my spell, which will basically reset it to 10 days. And I'll do it again if I have to.
Okay.
I could really use your help. Or, I understand if you don't want to help, you just want to get on your way. But if that's the case, there is some gold requirements. For the mending of the wounds, I need to replenish my supplies, that sort of thing. And also, I'll use it to try and hire some warriors to go with me.
It sounds like it's only beneficial. Our worry is we've had, like Lucia said, run-ins with similar before, and it didn't go too well for us.
I can't make any promises, friend. Like I said, I can't do this alone. Like I said, I understand. It's your decision.
Aerois, obviously you're very skilled and talented. Would this be something we could hire you for?
Oh, very much so. I mean, if there's a promise of keeping whatever we find down there, I'll happily take my share of that and...
Yes,
you
you'd be
out.
okay with that?
Oh, very much so. Anything to help you guys out. You seem like you're in a bit of a pickle. Anything I can do, I'm happy to help you with.
That's very kind of you, thank you.
So,
Spectres are very dangerous. They sap your life.
bring it on.
I've had reports. Not all of the spirits are a spectre. I know the type of creature you mean. It's taught to many of us. Not all of them are as powerful. Most of them seem weaker, but there are some which are stronger. And whatever is causing them to become aggressive is clearly powerful enough to command a decent number of undead. There may also be more physical, mundane threats along the way. Aerois knows that there are bandits and creatures that can attack us as well.
Well, I think the more people from this area, the better, honestly.
You're being very quiet there, Wild One. What do you think? I would hear all of your thoughts first.
As Quill said, we have had run-ins in the past. And we've only just gotten to the point where we can mend you after the last fight.
I think the benefits outweigh the cost. And if we can find, like we found powerful things in the last place, if this is a pre-sundering,
It's a ruin mostly, but there are still a few rooms that have been undisturbed. The spirits keep most people away, so there may still be some treasures there.
If we spend the money now and carry on to the shepherd, we're gonna have to stop at some point to get more money to help the shepherd. Because I doubt he's gonna help us for free.
I've seen you fight, even with broken ribs. You were perfectly capable.
well, I did get grabbed by the clawy thing.
But you still fought it off, even though it was in your mandibles and you had broken ribs.
I hurt a lot.
Very impressive.
I think we can. I think we may as well. It's
As long as it's not, as long as we can reset our 10 days.
What
with
I
our
would
friend.
recommend is we'll leave your friend here. We go, we come back, then I cast my spell. Because once it's cast, it resets the count to 10 days, and it can't be cast again for another 10 days.
Will she be safe here?
Yes. I will make sure.
Absolutely.
I will ask the people here to protect this temple. And they will. And she cannot be raised while she's within these walls. It's hallowed. Demonic creatures cannot get inside. It is protected.
and no one around here has any interest in a guardian.
They wouldn't dare defile this temple. I'm the one who puts their ancestors into the swamps. They wouldn't dare touch this place.
I see. Not a better place than any.
She'll be safe here.
Well, in that case, shall we?
Yes. Well, if you're agreed to help, then I'm more than happy to help you.
Just out of interest, how
Yes, of
much,
course.
if we come into this problem and we don't have your generosity, how much would this usually cost?
400 gold, I think, is what I charged last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. She says around 400 gold.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to know. Thank you.
And if any of you suffer any injuries helping me, I will repair those for free.
That's a very good deal.
It's the least I can do for you helping me.
I think
I
we
can't promise you that it won't be dangerous, though.
We didn't have an expert last time, so
There's some I can help you with. My worst fears is that it is a powerful necromancer, but I think that if that was the case, we'd have bigger problems. There is a few undead. There's a few creatures there, old war machines of the Court of Shadows. They may be able to have brought those back. There are also many guardians' bodies there. I feared that a more powerful necromancer would be able to use those as well.
Oh. Okay.
But that does not seem to be the report. It seems to be mainly spirits. Old Starborn Alliance spirits. So, shall we heal your wounds, friend?
Yeah.
I have your word that you'll help me.
Yes.
Yes.
I
She
will.
nods. And I take you on your oath. And she turns to Quill and she's like, Sentry's currently on the altar, so she leads you back to the room, lays you down on the bed. She conducts a 10-minute ritual. The ritual itself, she turns out all the lights and just has a single lantern with this kind of glowing star. And you don't really remember much of it. You remember a strange sensation, almost like you're in the water or swimming or in the air flying. You can't really tell. And you feel the presence of lights moving all around you. And you feel a warmth spreading across your chest. And over about 10 minutes, the pain eases, vanishes. And she completes the ritual and heals the broken ribs. You're fine.
Yay.
Like
Test it out.
wriggle back and forth.
Would you like to speak to your friend before we go as well?
Oh, yes.
What do we need to ask?
Well,
How many questions do we get again?
I believe 5.
Right.
And as I said, your friend, your bird friend, wasn't awake, but your friends and I spoke of what the shepherd can offer. And I explained the spell that would bring your friend back. It would likely consume her current body and build her a new one. That may not be a guardian.
It may be a human, an elf, a tiefling, anything.
And that's the same result even for a guardian?
I don't know, but it's the best guess I can make.
I think that needs to be our first question, is if we were to bring you back and your form were to change to a different race, would you be okay with that, or should we look for alternative means?
I suppose.
I would suggest you phrase your questions as if your friend does not know that they have died.
Oh. Oh.
Well,
You could ask if you were to fall in battle, but you could only be brought back as a different creature.
Okay.
That would be acceptable.
so this sentry we're talking to,
Think of it as an echo of who they were.
an
I
echo.
don't. Normally, when I would, if I would use this on a living creature like one of us, it would not call your spirit back from beyond the cradle, but it would use the tether that binds you to your earthly remains to send an echo or a whisper of what you once were.
Okay.
It will know everything she knew in life, and if she is a trusted friend, you have no reason to disbelieve her. But it is not compulsed to tell you the truth. But it can only answer questions. You cannot speak with them normally. But it will give you an idea of what they may want. We normally use this ritual to determine what the deceased wants from their burial, or who they want their effects to go to, that sort of thing.
Well, in that case, we could ask her about her goals. She wanted to find Solvin. She wanted to find the Prime, obviously. I mean, we could, instead of saying, do you want to come back and be resurrected? Do you want to do these things?
She'll say yes.
She won't know Starbane is back.
No. But I don't think that's a necessary question. Of course she's going to want to still go and find the Prime. That's not going to change, surely.
Ask her if she was to fall in battle, if she would want to be resurrected.
True.
Because we don't know a Guardian's view on that.
Her specifically,
Anyone.
I think Guardians are very individual. Obviously, we saw one that didn't want to come back and others that were wanting to go with Breeze. So I think we need her opinion on that, firstly. So that's one question. If she were to fall in battle and we had the means to bring her back, would you
she
let
want to
us?
be-
Carry on speaking. I was going to point out some things.
If she...
What's her favourite colour? I never knew what her favourite colour was.
I
Definitely
assume green.
Do you think it's green?
It's like-
She's got purple eyes.
Like you gotta try and
True.
think.
You might
Like
like
if you
purple.
can't, it's fine.
If she was to be
I mean, obviously,
brought back
it will be
and as a different race,
so you can.
would she still want to?
Or if you were anything other than a Guardian.
What would you be?
Well, we can't guarantee that she's going to be that. I
But
think we need to know if she's okay with anything. More than what that race is.
If you woke up one day and you're a totally different race, how would you react? And you're stuck with it forever. What would you do?
Well, time is pressing. Do you have?
We need a few more questions.
Nova, any ideas?
Oh, no. No.
We could really do with your knowledge.
I've got nothing. You guys have it covered.
I really don't have it covered.
You need not use all the questions if there is nothing else you need to ask.
Something might come up when you talk to her and you want to ask more. So
I wonder if she knows anything about star power, like this thing that we got from Callus. Like, if we
imagine
showed
so.
her something,
So when you say that, Scaldy's face kind of
Oh, fuck.
is like, what do you mean? What?
Callus?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
oh, it's like I'm cursing. That this dreaded Callus thing that we got.
Make a deception check.
these calloused ribs.
Fuck's sake.
It's because Mark is also just half listening and is like, sorry, what?
Oh.
5.
Okay. There is a pause, but she doesn't say anything. But there is a Scaldy will remember that. Because she doesn't know entirely what it means. Like, she has no way of knowing what that means. But it's kind of a curious thing to hear.
And yeah.
Well, we're just about to go on an adventure together, so maybe we'll all find some home truths out about each other.
Yeah.
Road trip!
Yeah, she just kind of
this,
waits.
this callous thing. Oh.
Quill, I think you should be the one to talk to Sentry.
Can we all talk to her?
Anyone can ask the questions.
I think it would be best coming from you. You've known her longer.
I also phrase questions horribly.
That's true. He does. Every time.
I make anyone suspicious of us.
It's easy to overthink these things. You have an idea of what you want to ask,
Yes.
and the spirit will understand the basic premise. My advice to not let them know that they are dead is simply because they don't know that they are dead, and it can confuse the spirit a little.
Okay.
I'm going to cast the ritual. And she just starts conjuring.
I'm gonna see you back at the inn. Bye. And I'm just gonna. I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just gonna. I'm leaving.
Never?
I'm out.
Okay, yeah, if you don't stop, she can't stop you, so unless these guys do, I ain't doing nothing.
This is a ritual. Sentry's...
I literally run it. I'm just running out the doors.
Scaldy takes up a candle. She breathes, and the air kind of takes the flame, and it turns into a purple color, and then it flows into Sentry's mouth. And there is a flicker of power or something in her core, in her eyes. And for a minute, there is something very strange happens before you answer any questions. A deep male voice comes out of Sentry's body. If the Sentry unit has fallen in battle, it must be restored. Bring it to me. Find the Prime.
Okay.
Let me write that down. Ooh.
It's a bit of confirmation there.
Does that happen with everyone?
Well, it doesn't, because I'm just letting Ayla write notes, because it doesn't stop.
If
It
this
takes
machine
a moment, and then
fallen
it's
in
about to say
battle,
something else. I'm just letting
It
Ayla
must
write
be
notes.
restored.
Find the prime.
Find the.
Find the prime. Find the prime. Find the prime.
Yep.
So there's a brief pause. The Sentry unit is one of a kind. Bring it to the City of Glass. My messengers will guide the way.
Messengers. Oh.
The City of Glass.
My messengers will show the way.
It's kind of like when you get a dog chipped,
Maybe.
if lost.
Please
And then after the male voice finishes, this time there is another kind of flicker of energy, and it's dim, it's very dim and faded. But yeah, I guess like Sentry would say something like, "Who's there?" Like you feel like a presence. Like you can't see, you don't know what's going on, you can't see, but you can sense that there are people around you.
I just be like, hello? Anyone there?
It's Quill and Lucius and Ayla.
Hello, Sentry.
Hi.
We're all here.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Oh, Peachy.
Scald is like, the time is limited.
We have a few questions for you, if that's okay, Sentry.
Sure.
Technically, that's one question.
How are you today?
Don't!
Two questions.
I'm good.
Scaldy's holding up her fingers, and she's looking at Lucius like,
Quill?
If you were to fall in battle, would you want to be brought back?
Oh, if I couldn't complete my purpose before I'd fell, then it would be very beneficial for me to come back. I'd like to finish what I started. That would be nice.
Yep.
What if you suddenly became something completely different? You weren't a guardian anymore, maybe a wild elf or a high elf or anything else. Would that affect your mission?
Not at all.
What's your favourite colour?
Oh, you. Fuck.
Chris Trot.
I quite like green.
And then with that, with the
Told you.
with that, I quite like green. You just and the flame.
So good to hear a voicing. Was that all the questions?
That was every question.
You asked 3 really dumb questions, Lucius.
Well,
3.
I don't know.
I thought it was purple.
We know she's okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I think we got what we needed to hear, right? She wants to continue her mission. Doesn't matter what she is, she still wants to find the prime.
She's a guardian through and through.
What did that message mean?
Find the prime. Well, I mean,
Who are
I know what you did.
You can't stop that.
No,
though.
I know.
Come
no,
on.
No, not that. It was more like I think Nova would have loved to have heard that voice. Like she would have been like, "What the fuck?"
Yep.
Oh, okay.
well,
my messengers will show the way?
That wasn't Sentry's voice, was it?
No. Who's
have
messengers?
you've heard the message before. You heard the find the prime before.
I've
Was
seen
it the
it
same?
before.
Was it the same?
Different voice.
Different voice.
Yeah. The other, when you saw it before, you saw this golden guardian with luminous wings that descended down, and it had a more feminine voice. This was deep, resonating.
Yeah, it was a very different voice. A bit unnerving, this one, to be honest.
It said it must be restored if the sentry unit.
So
So,
it can be restored.
so clearly there is a very important purpose that sentry had.
One of a kind. We knew it. Sentry's very special.
Yes. Well, it
And
also,
her favourite colour's green. Thank you, Lucius.
It's very
and
important.
she's okay.
I think.
We know that much.
Yes.
Well,
That's very interesting, I must say. Really strange.
But they said the city of glass.
we've heard that before.
Yes, when I found Sentry, there was a scroll case that led to, told me to go find a place called the City of Glass.
is there a
Did
map
show
on
you
it?
Where? Is there a map? Anything?
No, it's just some scribblings. But
It looked like when you found it, it was like a scroll case, but it looked like it was part of like an old like report or a religious scripture or something like that. The way it reads, and it was just near Sentry's body.
Would Aerois have heard of it?
City of Glass. Depends where. I guess like we mainly talked about. You were mainly traveling around the Hawkstorm archipelago,
Yeah.
weren't you? Why don't you make a history check for me?
Cool
Just
beans.
D20.
Oh, 8.
It's not ringing any bells.
No.
But it's something that maybe like, it's something that if people, kind of old ruins like that, orcs might know. Like orc fleet masters or treasure hunters, like they keep very detailed maps of the hidden places of the world.
Cool.
Where the Messengers Guild tracks like cities and ports and trade outposts, the orcs are like, we know where all the best treasure is.
Yeah.
So if it's a hidden place, they'd probably know better.
Here's a alternative thought to the shepherd situation. Obviously, we want to speak to Nova about this as well, but if we can preserve Sentry for a while, I think the best way to recover Sentry to the way she was is to get her recovered from this city of glass.
we need to find exactly where it is. It could be anywhere in Aerois, not even on this continent.
That's true.
Then I imagine that's the best way to get Sentry back as Sentry.
Is it maybe somewhere in Solvin?
Solvin could be the City of Glass.
It could be, but that doesn't
But-
exist anymore.
Well,
That we know of.
This is all a little beyond me. I'm afraid that a lot of this stuff is lost. The only thing I'll say is remember that is an echo of your friend. It is not their... it's like a memory of them.
I don't think.
I don't think that voice that came
No,
before it
that
was.
certainly wasn't. That was something I've never seen, but then I don't tend to do a lot of this with Guardians.
Well, we know what we need to do. At least with Sentry, she wants to come back. She wants to finish the mission.
Yes, but do we try and get her back to the Prime, or do we go to the Shepherd?
We don't know where the Prime is.
Is there anywhere?
Sentry doesn't even know where the Prime is. Nobody does.
Is there anywhere nearby we could find? A library? A
library.
photographer? Anything like that?
The cartographers, you would know the best place for that. And she gestures, she points out of a window to this huge mountain range off in the far distance.
Stormy.
The birdmen of the Storm Wall have the best maps, and they are the best travelers. If anybody were to know of places like that, it'd be them. Katavag has ancient libraries. We don't tend to keep a lot of books out here in Murskir, but Katavag is well protected, and the druids keep much of their ancient lore there. Much of it is from before the Sundering. There's also teleportation circles to the Sky Cities in Katavag. You could go there, and there's much information in the Sky Cities.
I think that was our original plan anyway, so I think we need to make our way there.
Yeah.
For information or for helping Sentry, that's kind of the best option.
Yes. And also, you say there's preservation magic. Can it be continually cast every 10 days?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't be able to travel with you. I can help you in this task, but I need to stay here. I have duties.
Oh yes, we don't ask that of you, of course.
Do you maybe know some people along the way in case we needed?
There's nobody I know on the way, unfortunately. Stenhill is the largest, well, apart from... There's a port town between here and Katavag, but there's not many priests there, and none that I know for sure. But maybe in Katavag there'll be other priests, but I'm afraid I'm the closest thing around here. I tend to deal with all of the small villages and inter all of the dead.
Right, I'm going to find Nova. I think it's important that we do this next step together and get everyone's input on it.
So we're all agreed. Go to the
But we need everybody's...
Spectre Field. Well, I'm just saying, that's the next step.
Yes, we need to pay for the costs of what just happened.
Is there anywhere we can maybe get some healing supplies?
Well, there's a store in town, but it's limited in what it has. It may have a few healing potions. And I'll have a little healing magic, but not much.
Very low, right? We kind of got wiped out.
Yes, I used all of mine. In the Great Fight
have
at
one.
the Savona,
So,
before starting.
while you guys are all inside, what are you doing, Nova?
I
Where'd you go?
imagine I just ran outside, and I guess my intention was to go to the inn, but she's probably kind of, just tears in her eyes, just probably wandering around aimlessly.
Okay. Wandering around aimlessly, and as you're kind of wandering, these kind of thoughts clouding in your head, you feel that presence, the emotive presence of Tiangong. And there is a curiosity, you kind of get the sense that there's a questioning nature to it. You maybe get the sense of, you're not sure why it understands why you burnt the books. It's confused, it wants to help, but it doesn't know how. And you just feel this kind of presence that is at least comforting, if nothing else. But you sense that. And as you're concentrating, you just get that faint pull of a piece. That same sensation when Tiangong was pulling you to the mountains north of Gold Throne. Same kind of sensation. About a day to the south. And that's where we'll end.
Cool.
A pool to the south?
A pool.
Also, we have no idea what you dreamt about.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
He hasn't dropped that one on anybody just
By
yet.
the way,
I was saying.
by the way, Callus is, it's really bad.
I was saying we're going to need to get some relics and stuff from the
Yeah.
place.
You need to get strong.
Get strong.
You need to get
you
strong.
need to get to end level to reach the end game.
Yeah. And then go into the Valley of Storms. Oh no. No wait.
Is that in the south? Can we do two side quests?
Valley of the South isn't to the south.
So Jane is trying to contact people. She says that she's contacted about 11 people and 2 have claimed it. So
Still 2 winners. You just
check your
haven't claimed
DMs
their
on
stuff.
Twitch chat, people, because you might have been a winner and and
It's difficult. on
not.
mobile.
So
So have a look at your whispers.
please have a look. Jane is going to get an email address that we can then pass on, and
Yeah.
so that we can get all the details that we need to send you.
We might not be able to announce winners today.
Yeah,
but
we can't,
Jane will
but-
contact you. We will get our guy.
Three so
We'll get
far.
Daff to send stuff.
We'll get Daff. Daff's going to send them out.
Yeah.
So
We'll announce the winners on Twitter or something. As
Yeah,
well.
we can always post that and just
And
say.
also try and let us know if you want them signed as well.
which will be via
Cool.
the emails. So
Right,
please.
well, I will read some of these donations.
Do it.
Ola Renve has donated with no message. Thank you very much, Ola Renve. Frank the NPC donated a half hundo.
Wow.
Thanks,
Damn.
Frank. Episode prediction, Lucius finally admits his love to Quill and Sentry is resurrected as a toaster? Oh, those wacky
She's
sloths.
really happy about
I could be the brave little toaster.
Oh,
But that's
God.
full of disaster and trauma as well.
It's true for the
Mega Rock 1018 donated 1018. Long time VOD squad, long time fan, first time donator. Have some cash on me.
Wow.
It's not much. Take it as a token of apology for misunderstanding earlier this week. Felt bad and wanted to support the show in some way, even if I can't watch live. See you guys. Well, I don't know what that is.
I don't know
but
why you're
thanks anyway.
apologising.
Water under
It might
you.
have honestly, like, I've been pretty grumpy on Twitter this week, and a couple of people like have said things where I'm like, this is incorrect, and then they're like, oh, I'm really sorry, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm being really grumpy. So
Mark
that's
is
on me.
on.
I'm
Mark
on a
is
new
having
diet.
no sugar at
Yeah.
the moment, so
It's
he's
killing me.
he's a widow grump.
Yeah. Cadwell donated quarter hundo. Stuck at the in-laws and love having something to entertain myself in my little corner. Thanks for helping me avoid the drama with all your drama. Love you guys so
Yay.
much. Love from the US. Well, enjoy.
very much.
God damn it, Steve. Thanks very much. With Sentry gone, we now have the Holy Trinity: Daddy the Father, Lucius the Son, and Sentry the Holy Spirit.
Oh my god.
Love y'all.
Nice.
Thanks very much. Nightjar donated with just a heart. Thanks, Nightjar.
Thank you.
And then I'll swing over to Katie.
If we,
Sid,
yep,
Sid's,
we need
he's
to-
on it. He's going to do it.
Yeah, he's there.
I saw the mouse like swinging around trying to find the button. there it is. Thank you.
Phoenix Willow has donated saying, Huzzah! I've been on the pod squad for the last 2 streams and it's been so emotional even when catching up. The feels have been incredible, but I'm so glad to be watching live. Thanks for the many streams and wonderful people you've brought together.
Together.
There you go.
It's just jumped.
Olaran.
No, that was we've read those out. It's doing this weird bug thing where it just like closes. Just scroll down.
Keep going.
Keep going, Sid.
Keep going.
Keep going.
There we go.
Right.
Who you've brought together. Thank you. Jolteon Fireeye has donated saying, oh look, Lucius, a giant cow.
Terrifying.
Sofoot 1989, first time watching live. I've been part of the VOD squad forever. I love all of you and I want to thank you for truly bringing magic to your role playing and storytelling.
That's a 60 buckaroo as well.
Wow.
Half hundo.
It is.
Thank you.
very much.
Tedious has donated saying, hey, hi rollers. Just finished watching campaign 1 on YouTube and have decided to try DMing my first campaign in a homebrew world for a party of almost 10 people. Yikes.
Congrats.
I'm borrowing the Lightfall
Yikes.
event and any advice would be great.
I mean, split that into 2 parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my first piece of
That's
advice.
a lot.
2 parties.
Have fun.
Lightning Wing Dragon has said, put the birdie down. I'll let you take that one.
Visual Creation Studio. Hello, guys and gals. This is a second donation as a thanks for such a fantastic show. I am going through a rough time right now because of a lost love, and you guys are helping me more than you can understand. All the best from Nikolai. Last name. I won't
Rasmussen.
say the entire one.
Rasmussen.
Okay, there we go. I
We've all been there, pal.
didn't know if you wanted to say the full name.
Well, it's there now.
Woody but worried has donated. Geez, Hesper, give our poor bird boy give our poor bird boy a break. I hope you don't have to choose between Valor and the gods because that's a lot. Chat seems to be choosing Valor though. Sorry.
Why are people choosing? I don't understand where that's come
If it
from.
comes between
Oh,
going with Valor
Yeah.
or the gods,
Yeah.
I see.
the dark side or the light.
Punch Your Lights Out has donated a half hundo. I just want to say thank you. I don't usually get a chance to catch you live, so today is a good day. Loving this campaign so much and can't wait to see everything in store.
Awesome.
And I will do one more. Woody, but sad again. Please, Kim, I can't keep up with the emotions. Sad Nova hurts my very being, but it's kind of fun to see Ayla sorting her out. Rocky montage, everyone.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
I imagine it.
But
Right, Kim,
She
take
might
it away.
just straight up slap you across the face next time.
Nova will be the cadaver
Get it
that
together. She just cried.
Ace of Thorns has donated. Just hoping you get this one. My sub for the month this month went a bit funny. Whatever happens, I'm still here. It'll take more than that to stop me. Hugs to all.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
And Darth Day 41 has donated. This bartender NPC is top notch. Strikes me of Zin Zab Zembalam. I'm just happy we had no silly Irish voices for the day that it is in it. For the day that
Why would there be Irish voices?
because today's St. Paddy's Day.
Oh, I see.
I appreciate that, love. Nautilix has donated. I like the owner of the Traveller. He feels very much like Richard O'Brien to me. I keep on
100% inspiration.
Yeah,
Richard
I thought
O'Brien.
so.
Nice.
I keep expecting him to lead the party off to the Aztec or medieval zones.
He needs a little whistle or a recorder.
Little harmonica.
I'll do one more. Metamanu has donated a quarter hundo. Damn you, Lucius. Brackets, I love you, Trot.
Cool. Thank you.
Danny can donate. I quite like green too, but god damn it, Trot. Do you want to read these last two?
Cool, okay. Nightjar said, that survivor's guilt, though, I get you, Nova. Also, I quite like green are possibly the saddest, potentially last words ever. Speak with dead on a fallen comrade, such pain heart. I was like weaving between people trying to read.
Do you want me to read the last one, seeing as you can't see it? As Laura donated, we had one daddy this week, and of the 108 people who bet, 39 were correct.
Damn.
Of all we've learned this week, the most important is that Veskin Lucius is the new HR power couple, as Lucius would say, sublime. Even with Lucius Nat 1 and Veskin's cod piece.
Yeah.
It's a match
There you
made
go,
in heaven.
match made in heaven.
There
Hey,
it is.
thanks very much for watching, everybody.
Thank you
We'll be
so
back next
much.
week. No Katie though next week.
No,
right? 'Cause
I'm not
you're
going to be
away.
here next week. I'm going to be in Scotland.
Well, it seems like
Sorry.
it'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Let's just keep whacking.
Keep whacking.
Yeah, that's pretty
Always
much it.
whacking.
Like-
Always be
Whack,
whacking.
whack.
Keep whacking away.
Yep. So we'll be back then. Don't forget YogCon, TwitchCon, all of that good stuff. Displays. We will announce the winners once we know who they are.
Yes.
But look at your Twitter DMs, your Twitch DMs.
Please do.
Yep, we're still waiting on one, so...
Still waiting on one. We'll announce it on Twitter. Thanks very much. We'll see you around. Bye, guys.
See you later.
Goodbye.